over 50 million views. You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show. The Joe Cronin Show.
The Joe Cronin Show.
I hope you hang your mother. This country sucks! This place sucks!
50 million views.
CNN
You're listening to
masturbated all fucking day. Dude, I will eat your fucking asshole out and then spit it into your mouth, baby bird style. Who wants to go? Call the show. I'll fuck your ass! I want to kill myself! If I think it sucks, I tell you!
The Joe Cronin Show.
You piece of shit.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Monday Night Raw review for February 2019. February 18th, 2019. You had to listen to Michael Cole tonight, huh? How about that guy? I'm just kidding. I'm just probably trolling everybody. My microphone stand's broken, so bear with me a minute while I try to fix this thing here. It's broken, man. I've been beating the hell out of this thing for the last couple weeks. So no wonder why it's broken. Guys, what's up? Thanks to everybody for joining, liking, sharing. Boy, I'll tell you what, was that crowd a piece of shit tonight, dude? I almost wish that fucking building, I almost wish that building caught fire and everybody inside perished. And I'm not joking. What a fucking abysmal piece of shit audience that was. That was, and I blame WWE, by the way. I blame them because they know where they are. They know they're in bumblefuck Louisiana. Here we go. Oh, no.
I've seen more lively crowds in the dumpster behind abortion clinic. Haven't seen crowd that did for a show since Joker shut up theater in Colorado.
You know what's fucked up, though? Fade to black is all the stupid casual fans and all the marquee fucking douchebag Roman fans are all going to be out there saying, oh, see what happens with NXT? Like, nobody knows who they are and stuff. Nope, this crowd was dog shit. This crowd sucked dick. This crowd couldn't even get up for Triple H. This crowd couldn't get up for Triple H. They couldn't get up for anything. They just were bad all around. I mean, they were definitely a casual crowd, though. If you'd marched out John Cena and you'd marched out, like, Randy Orton, they would have cheered. That was about it.
Show 7 tenths crowd minus 1,000 tenths. Absolutely pathetic crowd.
Pathetic crowd. What a horrible decision. Gooner Chiefs fan, thanks, man. I almost think Vince is trolling all of us, guys. I think Vince McMahon wants to kill NXT. I'm convinced of it now. I'm convinced he said, go ahead, Triple H. Let's have your guys debut soon. Oh, when are we going to debut them, Vince? You know, Chicago, Boston, New York, Florida, L.A., like in California. You know, where do we want to debut these guys? Oh, let's do it in bumblefuck Louisiana where everybody fucks their mother if she makes them jambalaya. Okay? Yeah, mommy, make us some jambalaya or jambalaya. I don't know how the fuck they say it. I hope these people go home and their houses are on fire. You suck. If you went to this show tonight, go fuck yourself. Fuck you and fuck everyone who was in the front row, the back row, the fucking balcony. The whole fucking place, you should be embarrassed. Why'd you even go to a wrestling show? You suck dick. You entire fucking crowd of cocksuckers. You all swallow cum. If you're a guy, you swallow cum. And if you're a female in the audience, you scissor your best friend behind your husband's back, and your kids aren't really yours. All right? Your kids aren't yours. They're your neighbors or something. I hope everybody in that crowd tonight is walking home and a Cajun cocksucker eats out their assholes. All right? I hope a fucking vampire is crossing you on the street tonight as you're getting back to your cars with your family. and this fucking vampire just fucking bites your throat and sucks all the blood out of you and then goes home and spits it into his girlfriend's cunt. Okay? Fuck you, you piece of shit crowd. You assholes. Seriously. You suck. You suck the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man's asshole from the 2016 piece of shit reboot Ghostbusters that failed because it was full of angry lesbians. I hate you. I hate you, Louisiana, wherever the fuck you were tonight. Wherever you're in Louisiana they were. I know they weren't in the main area of Louisiana. They were outskirts or something. Listen, you people should be dead. The whole arena should have blown up. Triple H himself should have come out after Raw ended and smacked the shit out of every single person in the crowd. You couldn't have been more boring, you pieces of shit. Now, let me just bring this up to you. Vince McMahon, you old idiot piece of shit. So, Vince, you know your audience. You know that the weirder you go in Bumblefuck, Tennessee, or in Bumblefuck, Nevada, or in Bumblefuck, Louisiana, you know, Vince McMahon, that you're going to get more casuals who are like, oh my God, something's coming to our town other than me fucking my sister? Oh my God, there ain't nothing ever come here. WWE's TV won't go to the show. They're giving away tickets for free. Hot damn, bet the jambalaya. Oh my God, they're coming to Louisiana. You know, do you understand, WWE, that better than Bumblefuck, Louisiana, where you were tonight, better than Bumblefuck Jambalaya, Louisiana, would have been next week's show in Atlanta, WCW territory, where they might have been cheering for old school wrestling, maybe, but I still wouldn't have debuted. I would not have debuted those NXT stars in fucking Atlanta. I wouldn't. But it still would have been massively better than tonight in fucking Louisiana bumblefuck world. However, do you want to know when I would debut those NXT stars? How about on March 4th, in 2 weeks, Philadelphia? Maybe Philadelphia would have been the right place to debut these guys instead of making it retarded. Aleister Black says something, the crowd's dead. Triple H said something, the crowd was dead. Everybody said something, the crowd was dead. They couldn't even cheer for Elias. They couldn't cheer for anybody except Becky, kind of. Wow. WWE is out of touch and retarded. I can finally say it. No. You are retarded. Unless you just don't want to write stuff. You're like, you know what? I can't really think of where to go. Can't really think of what to do tonight, so let's just call up all the NXT stars. Let's try them out. Let's see what they can do. Let's see what they can do out there. Let's just throw them out there, and we'll see what they can do. And Triple H goes, we know, Vince, it might not be the best idea because we're in Bumblefuck, Louisiana. And that's typically a casual crowd, Vince. You know, a better idea would be to wait maybe a week, do it in Atlanta, or do it in Philly or Pittsburgh. Hell, Vince, Chicago's coming up too. You know, I think we could take a poll right now. Where would be the best place to debut NXT stars? Would it be Bumblefuck, Louisiana, where a bunch of kids are going to wish Cena's there? I bet you kids in the crowd tonight were hoping Cena was there. They don't fucking know. You had Atlanta, Philly, Pittsburgh, Chicago! Atlanta, Philly, Pittsburgh, Chicago! But no, you decided to create a show. And by the way, this is also not fair to those dumb casuals. Those dumb casuals cheered the loudest tonight for Braun Strowman because they are casuals. They are the ones that you want to go, bruh! This is the crowd that would have cheered for Roman Reigns 100%. This crowd tonight would have 100% cheered for Reigns. All the 80% of the time when the WWE goes somewhere and Reigns was booed 60 to 70% of the crowd would have been everywhere else. But tonight, that was one of those crowds that would have almost all cheered for Reigns. And I'm talking about pre-cancer. Okay? But the crowd was cancer. So you tell me that Vince McMahon doesn't know any better, that Vince is in the back, and somehow Vince McMahon doesn't know that debuting these NXT stars tonight would be a butt fuck of a dud. And that debuting them next week in Atlanta would have been better. And debuting them the next week after that in Philly would have been really good. And debuting him in Pittsburgh would have been good. And debuting him in Chicago would have been fucking epic. But no, you debuted them in Bumblefuck, Louisiana. I think I've made my point at this point. There is nothing else to say, but you always get it wrong. You always get it wrong. And by the way, there are some great fans in Nolens. There are. But not in that area. The WrestleMania 30 crowds, the other parts of Louisiana, fine. But I'm being told by my Louisiana friends that this place sucks. That this area sucks. Vince is out of his goddamn mind. I mean, dude, and listen, people are going to sit there and they're going to say to people like me and to you guys in the chat, and I do see the donations coming in. I'm going to play them in a minute. I have Jake DeMarco here. We're going to talk about Raw. I know people are going to say, oh, you're so ungrateful. They debuted the NXT guys. Yeah, at the wrong time. This would be like if a Hall of Famer is coming back to a basketball team or a baseball team or a football team. A Hall of Famer. Think of your area's biggest Hall of Famer. Think of like Peyton Manning in Indianapolis. Think of John Elway in Denver. Think of Joe Namath in New York. Think about Tom Brady in Boston, David Ortiz here, Derek Jeter in New York, whatever the sports figure is. And let's say they've been gone for a long time. Would you bring them back to announce them in the middle of halftime of a football game? No, you wouldn't. You know why? Because half the crowd is taking a shit. Half the crowd is getting a hot dog. Half the crowd is pissing somewhere. So you're going to get a marginal reaction for the mega superstar coming back. So no, you want them to come out during the anthem, right before the game starts. That way almost everybody's in their seat. They're all hyped, and there's lots of noise. Now, if you marched out fucking Peyton Manning or Derek Jeter, whoever, at the half of a football game to pay homage to that sports figure, and half the crowd was there, and half the crowd was like, oh yeah, but it wasn't that good, would you say, wow, I guess Derek Jeter, man, he just doesn't quite do it anymore, These people don't really care that much. No, you made a dumb decision. You timed it wrong. And right now, in 2018, 2019, and in 2017 as well, Vince McMahon and the people backstage are the kings of timing things wrong, of giving us something we want at the wrong time or too late. I looked at the schedule, and when I saw earlier today that the NXT superstars were going to be showing up, I said, where are they? Where are they tonight? I hope they're somewhere good. And I saw Louisiana, and I didn't recognize the name of this fucking arena. And I said, oh my God, this is probably going to be dead tonight. It's probably going to be dead. And guess what it was? I knew. You, not only did you did a disservice to, listen, I did kind of enjoy Raw. So this is just me going off. And I also want to say that I also feel bad for those casuals. The casuals there don't know who these people are. Can you imagine if you're a casual and you're like a fan of, oh yeah, I've always loved Cena and The Rock, and I like the new Braun Strowman guy, and I love The Shield and shit like that, and you're a casual and you went to that show tonight, you don't know who the fuck Aleister Black is. You don't know who Ricochet really is for the most part. You don't know who Johnny Gargano and Ciampa are. Look like fucking statues to you. You don't know. You're looking for Cena and The Rock and all this stuff, and you get that. You don't know what's going on. That's why only Ricochet was able to win them over, because he does the craziest shit, so you can identify with that. Plus, he was in there with Balor. But my God, talk about a misstep as far as that crowd, and a disservice to that crowd tonight. And that crowd sucked, though. I hate you. I hate Louisiana now. I'm sorry. Fuck you, Saints. Now I don't care. Now I'm glad the Saints got fucked. Fuck you, Saints. That's why you lost. You fuck. We won the Super Bowl. Go Patriots. 6 rings, motherfucker. Come get some. No, you wouldn't have done any better. You wouldn't have done any better, Drew Brees, because if you could have done better, you would have done better. You wouldn't have come down to one play. It wouldn't have come down to one play if you were that damn good. If you were that much better than the Patriots, Louisiana, the New Orleans Saints, if you were that much better than the Patriots, if you were that much better than the Rams, it wouldn't have come down to that stupid play where there wasn't a penalty. You would have grabbed that shit and you would have said, fuck your penalties because it's 30-7. Now, you couldn't do that, though, could you? You fucks. You suck. You suck. You suck. Anyway, let's play a fucking donation and then we'll bring Jake on. God damn it. Oh my god. Look at Leah. She's got that ice cream cone. Oh my god. JK Sin, what's up, man? Thanks for subbing to the channel. I appreciate it, bro. Welcome to the Joe Cronin Show. I love you. Julio Guzman. I'm sorry, Julio. I'm sorry, Julio. I'm sorry, St. Louis. I'm sorry, New Orleans. I'm joking.
Get it, man. Here we go.
You got fucked, New Orleans. I'm joking.
This rod did not give me AIDS. It just gave me the shits. Now it's time for a commercial.
Yeah, man, that's all it was. Chlorocat Meowth. I got to shout out Botch Club on Instagram. Botch Club, dude, they're almost at 10,000 followers on Instagram. They're killing it. The guy went out and did it. He actually did put one of my bear videos on the Instagram feed. It has thousands of likes right now, and people are just freaking out about this loser in his bedroom with a stuffed teddy bear. So go check that out on Instagram right now under Botch Club, because it is fucking hilarious. I am going to let the donations play one more. I'm going to play one more, then I'll bring Jake on. Thank you so much, my friend, and we will take phone calls in a minute to find out what you guys have to say. Oh my god, it's racist asshole. Oh god. Oh no.
My name is Kane and I'm donating.
Leah, don't look at this, Leah. My wife's scared.
How do you fit 20 Jews into a car?
Oh my.
You put 3 in the backseat and the rest in the ashtray. How do Africans build roads in Africa? They lay themselves down and every third one smiles.
Oh my
What's
god!
black on the outside and white on the inside? Whitney Houston's nose.
Oh my god. Racist asshole. What the fuck? I'm sorry. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. I apologize if some of the sounds are off, guys. I'm wearing these $15 headphones. As some of you guys may have seen, I had a meltdown on the show the other day, and I broke my my $100 Sonys, which was ill-advised, but I have emotional problems, so I apologize. But I did break them, and so luckily I had I have 3 sets of these $9 headphones handy in case people come over for podcasting and shit like that. So I grabbed one of these, but they sound terrible. They are so bad. I can't really figure out what's going on with the sound right now, but I think we can see it. By the way, I just want to clarify for the people in the chat. I'm sure there's a battle going on right now between people that love NXT and people that love entertainment. And I just want to say to you, I believe in both. I believe tonight would have been better served had you debuted only Ricochet and maybe had some stories and characters out there that people could have gotten behind. And I get it. But instead you went full blast. Instead Vince McMahon went full, I think, lazy. And was like, just debut all them and I don't know about anything. And that was really it. And you did it in the worst place you could possibly do it. You knew how it was going to look on TV to all of us. You knew how it was going to look to that casual crowd unless you're a moron. And I find it hard to believe that the great Vince McMahon that took out the territories, that has a lineage in wrestling that goes back over 60 years, I find it hard to believe that he didn't understand what town, where they were tonight, and what the crowd was going to do. So, therefore, I'm going to go ahead and say that he purposely wanted to either bury NXT or find out if they can get over in front of fucking barbecue your mother's tits crowd, then they can get over anywhere. And maybe that's what Vince thought. Maybe Vince thought, I want to find out who I want to call up first. And maybe his answer is Ricochet. Maybe he looked at all those guys and said, you know what? Yeah, Gargano and Ciampa later on might do good. Yeah, Aleister Black might do well. But you know something? That Ricochet tonight, he got a response from the crowd, and at first they didn't know who he was or care. And he somehow made those fucking assholes stand up a little bit. So he should do well every other night everywhere else. Now, are these guys permanently on the roster? And they're going to be doing double duty back in NXT? I don't know. They just came out of nowhere and they debuted. Meanwhile, EC3 is still posing for someone in the parking lot. I mean, what the fuck? It feels like 3 different people are in charge of wrestling right now. I mean, I have no idea. Jake, what's up, man?
I have too many thoughts going through my broken brain, so deal with me. I do want to start off by saying I was entertained by Raw. I did enjoy this show. I liked it. I would give tonight probably like a 6.5. Wow. I was happy with what we got. I know it was all over the place. I know there's a lot of problems with it. One of the things I was talking about, beforehand was even just on a production sense. Trailbound and I were talking online, and even he was saying how the cameramen were having problems keeping up with the fast pace of the NXT people, and even not the ability to showcase Aleister Black's entrance properly, things like that. They just weren't prepared. We had seen a report earlier on in the day that said the Raw writers were told to think outside the box for tonight's episode of Raw, and this came out mid-afternoon. We had heard this go around on Twitter and things like that, and it certainly seems like that was the case. They kind of threw away the original script and let everything else, go towards the wayside. From what I understand, this was just a kind of a ratings ploy as well. The people we saw get called up tonight, it wasn't really a call-up. They were just being debuted on the main roster. It was like a showcase of NXT talent. One of the reasons they wanted to do this is because a lot of people tuned in from the halftime show to the halftime heat, and that's when they saw Ricochet and the other stars, and they had interest in them, so they wanted to get fans to know, hey, look, these guys, it wasn't a one-time thing. They are on NXT. You can see what they'll do here, and you can continue to watch them on the network. They might sell some more network subscriptions with it. That was the underlying plan, but from what I've read, from what I've heard, from people I've spoken to, the plan is to not go ahead and have them do double duty on a regular basis. They still have to go ahead and assign the previous call-ups to either, which brand, either Raw or SmackDown. So, what do you think about what I said earlier about, why tonight instead of those other 4 nights? Somebody originally said it on Twitter, and you now saying it makes so much sense. I cannot fathom why they would go ahead and not wait for a better crowd unless Vince wanted to either bury NXT and make a point, or to see if they could get over anywhere, because these weren't just regular casual fans. Usually you have 60% casual, 40%, and that could be a bit more skewed, but 40% of the more diehard fans. And like I said, that could be, lesser of the diehards, but lately, you don't even see that much, but at least there's a good mix. Mostly, people are vocal. Tonight, it felt like they weren't even casuals. These are people that either got free tickets, got dragged with friends that do like wrestling. So it was like one guy got a ticket that loves wrestling and brought 7 people that he, found homeless on the street. And I didn't see anybody from the show itself show us the hard camera side. Right. So I don't know how empty the arena was from what we could not see on TV. It reminded me of a New Hampshire show, kind of like a small arena. Yeah, because the Cajun Dome, isn't that. It's small. Not small though. Not, really, it says dome, so I didn't know that. So it's. Yeah, I mean, it's not that, that small overall. But Lafayette is a real interesting, mix of people, and it is a melting pot of I get that it's such a different area. It holds 12,000 seats, so. Yeah, that's a small arena, because 12,000. TD Garden in Boston is, I think it's 15 to 16,000. Yeah. So 12,000, 11,000. I think New Hampshire is about that too. So it's a smaller arena. It's not Mohegan Sun, but it's but these people didn't hardly cheer for Sasha and Bayley like you get, the usual fan favorites. Yeah. Finn Balor barely got a response. So as you said, when they brought up somebody that they have no idea who they are, and they did eventually get some crowd interaction out of them, which was a miracle. But you said before, these people should set themselves on fire. I don't think you would hear them scream then. Honestly, it is just unfortunate, but I don't know why they would do it tonight. I'm baffled by that decision, especially when they have so many, other people or other cities to go ahead and choose from.
It felt like a troll. It felt like Triple H was begging for this and said, like, Vince, we got to strike now. Or Vince even said, let's do it. And, I mean, somebody had to say, like, and I get it that at this point Triple H may not want to say, like, no, okay, anything to get these guys on the main roster. Yes, of course, Vince, let's do that. But I mean, I wouldn't help myself. I'd be able to say, Vince, shit, I don't know, Lafayette, Louisiana. Maybe we should wait till next week in Atlanta, or maybe we should wait till, God damn, Vince, maybe Philly. Imagine this in Chicago, or maybe this is to sort of excite Philly, Chicago, Atlanta, so they think they're seeing these guys. I don't know.
Maybe that could help, push ticket sales then as well.
By the way, real quick,
NXT NOI sent me that photo that I put up in Skype of you just see people the entire time, faces buried in their phones. Most of the audience, not just a couple,
because they're there to like, we're Hollywood.
Yeah,
because they don't see stuff out there.
Essentially, like you said, hey, let's get tired of banging our sister and we'll go out for the night.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, WWE's coming to our little arena. We gotta go. To me, that's what I got out of it. Listen, Botch Club guys, they got 14,000 followers now. I'm not gonna say that I contributed to the extra 2,000 followers that they all of a sudden got tonight, but I don't know, guys. They had a lot less earlier. They're
on
on
that bear making some magic.
Check it out, man. I said yesterday, I dared Botch Club. I said, you know what, Botch Club? I will advertise you guys for the rest of the month or something like that, for sure, every video. And I didn't earlier, because I should have done it earlier for them too. If they put up a video of me jobbing to the bear or whatever. They found the worst one they could have found too. They found one from like years ago in the bedroom during a snowstorm, and I'm rolling around with the bear. But you guys got to go check it out. It's only got 1,900 plays. I think it would have done better if you grabbed one of the wrestling ring ones where I maced the bear, or where he did a Frankensteiner on me or whatever. But they normally get a lot of views.
Yeah.
You put poor Joe Cronin on, you only get 2,000 though, and 21 comments. They got a lot of comments though. Other videos get less comments. They get like 16, 9, 20, 11. We get 21. So I appreciate Botch Club. And then Botch Club got ripped off by the WWE too, by the way. They were out
the Good
first.
Brothers.
The Good Brothers ripped them off. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but direct rip-off, too. It's not even like inspired by as Botchamania. This was exact copy and paste. One of the things
go give him some love on Instagram, though. Go give him some love, guys.
Absolutely. Make sure you follow him. Lafayette was being, trending on Twitter more than the wrestlers.
Because they suck.
And well, you saw so many, larger names, former wrestlers, people in the business going ahead and saying, Lafayette, wake up. You saw Steven Larson and Bully Ray and just so many people chiming in. And one of the things that Y Society said in the chat before is to stop paying attention to the crowd, pay attention to the stuff going on in the ring.
Well, we did.
And it's not like we're focusing on the ring or the crowd. We're watching the wrestling that's happening, but you need those cheers, you need the boos, you need that crowd interaction to make it more of a special occasion.
Yeah, if
that heightening hype makes it more enjoyable.
If this crowd was 80% of anywhere else, like any 8 out of 10 times, that show would have been a lot better tonight. I just cannot believe this crowd at all. And I am going to take phone calls in a second, but let me play some more donations. See what's up with you guys. How you guys doing?
We apologize that we suckered putting you all to sleep even though there were great NXT superstars being showcased. We are stupid and the worse. If you fell asleep, I don't blame you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you either. The crowd, thank you for the $5, crowd. Appreciate it.
There's been times where there's things going on that I don't enjoy, and the crowd response and reaction makes you either like or dislike, or the interaction and the excitement, the electricity, the atmosphere that adds to the show. That can save a dead segment instantly. It's a requirement of live wrestling.
I
feel
agree.
so bad for all the talent tonight. Embarrassed.
Yeah, dude, I'm embarrassed too. I mean, you know what though? They were able to get some cheers anyway, even though that crowd sucked ass. So you got to give it to them, man. That crowd blew. They all got to know the crowd sucked.
Super Chat Party.
Oh my God.
Ricochet 205 Live will be in the back with Sanity doing it themselves, and Alistair will be appearing as the token black guy. This crowd sucked.
MWM 2 times. Thank you so much for the $24.99, man. I appreciate that. Big time.
Damn.
Donation coming in.
Pro Wrestling News Central sent a message in chat. There's a petition up to not bring WWE back to Lafayette.
Please never
again.
go back there. Fuck that crowd. Fuck that crowd, yeah. No, Harry Beaver, you're an idiot in the chat. I'm sorry, bro. I hate to call someone in the chat an idiot, but you think Triple H put that crowd to sleep? You're on drugs, bro.
No, he was trying to get them ready and prepared. I was shocked when he said that these people were coming tonight. I mean, we heard they were backstage, but I didn't think they were going to have them in a wrestling capacity. I said, oh, maybe they'll have a segment, or not all four of them anyways. Maybe one, like you had said. But I wasn't expecting everybody to wrestle, tonight. It was a nice surprise. I appreciated it. It certainly made me enjoy Raw.
I want to stop everything right now real quick. I want to hear what this guy's talking about.
Uh-oh.
I want DSN in the chat right now. DSN 13, what racism's going on, bro? I want you to I'm not joking. It's not a bad thing or a good thing. I'm just asking you. Please tell me what racism has happened in the chat or in the crowd, or what are you talking about? I want to stop. I'm literally going to put the show on hold for this. I'm going to put the show on hold right now, and I'm going to find out if you need to be banned because you're an idiot or what the fuck you're talking about. I want to know what you're talking about because you keep writing it. Yeah, I'm not even from the States. It's quite eye-opening. What are you talking about? What racism are you talking about, dude? I want to know what you're talking about right now. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to do it right now. I want to know what in the world you're talking about. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to wait for you. I'm going to wait for you to tell me what type of racism there is, whether it's in the crowd, in America, in the chat. I don't know what you're talking about. Please let us know. I want to know what you're talking about. I want to know what type of racism we're talking about. I want to find out. Or do I have to ban?
Said white racism.
Or do I have to ban this guy? Do I have to ban this guy?
Racism?
I want to know. I just want to know.
Already said white racism. That's what his reply was.
What is he talking about though? In the chat or like in the world? And listen, if there is racism in the chat, I want to know who's doing it, because I'll ban them unless they're joking. But if there's actual racism going on in the chat, let me know. I'd like to ban that person. If this guy's lying and he's a dumbass, I want to ban him. And I don't normally want to ban people, but I kind of want to ban this guy if he's an SJW dummy. Towards whites, racism towards whites. Is he a troll? Somebody tell me if he's a troll. I never call people out usually like this, but I just figure he's probably a troll. If he's a troll, let me know, because it'd be so easy to just ban the guy, or I can just ignore him. But I just felt like being like, what are you talking about exactly? I just want to know. Try to figure this out. This is more interesting than Raw tonight. I mean, really. I want to know what the racism is. Someone figure it out. Jake, keep an eye on the chat and you tell me what the hell's going on. When you figure out what this guy says,
I'll tune you in. Yeah.
Yeah, you let me know what's going on.
I want to know who's racist. I want you to tell me. I want to know who said Negro or cracker or Goon. I heard that you said you hated white people's skin. You said you hated white people's skin. You said you hate blacks too, and Hispanics and Asian goo. But on the Joe Cronin Show, no one gets hated on, 'cause we're all the fucking same. We're all the same. Don't hate, you've got to love. I want to know who's racist, because if they are, I'll ban them. I want to know who's racist.
have no fucking idea what I'm doing right now. But I'll tell you what, bro. My voice is really fucked up, so I got to give myself credit for even attempting that shit. My voice is fucked the
The chat agrees. Low-key talented. I think he was possibly, the chat assumes.
The troll?
Yeah, well, that he's a troll, but he was also commenting on the sister fucker comments. So.
Oh, me? Oh, because I said sister fucker?
That's
What's he
the chat's
talking about?
consensus.
It's a comedy show, bro. Take it easy. Take it easy, bro.
That's
I know.
we have currently.
I know in Scotland they lock people up if they make jokes about Jews, but you know what? Here we don't do that. We joke about everybody. I hate everybody equally.
Could be racist asshole donating. I mean,
it could be racist asshole. It could be him. Listen, bro. The bottom line is, don't worry about it. We're fine. It's all jokes, man. Take it easy. It's Joe Cronin Show. We're all joking here. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever you are, Indian, Middle Eastern, whatever you are, wherever you are, whatever religion, whatever the fuck, you're welcome here. I love you. I'm gonna make fun of you probably at some point. But I do love you because we're all the same, man. It doesn't matter to me. And if you're gay, you're welcome here. Dude, I'll suck you off if I have to. I got 3 kids and a wife. I'm not afraid. You know, I'll go down to the Cornhole Boulevard. You know,
just said before, you don't have to be a rapist or a murderer. The worst thing nowadays is just to be offensive.
We're all yeah, we're gonna piss you off if you got a little, oh my God, your little soul got hurt. If you got a little hollow shell and you're not wearing a helmet, you don't want to be here. You don't want to be watching this show if you're wearing a helmet, okay? But I do want to tell you that we love everybody, and you're all welcome here, and you're all gonna get shit on too. So fucking enjoy it. I love you. All right, fuck the guy. I don't know why I took all the time to do that. Let's get back to Raw and that piece of shit crowd. Piece of shit crowd.
But it was funny to see just all of the people on Twitter, you know, and people aren't just focusing on the crowd. It's just because we're finally we beg and plead for, you know, decent content from wrestling. And I feel like they did try something unorthodox and new tonight. They really, you know, pulled some out of left field decisions, and they tried to give you some interesting matchups and new takes on things. And we got the Dean Ambrose, you know, going away tour that's starting.
Yeah, it's like he's starting shit with everyone to lose.
Yeah, he's getting people over, and he's also, like I said before, they're going to have him go back into the Shield gimmick one last time as a send-off. That was the plan I had heard they wanted.
Right. And
you saw it tonight with Seth in backstage. You know, Seth was like, "Have you lost your mind?" And he was like, "Nah," you know, kind of. So, because he asked Seth, "Why weren't you out there to defend me?" You know, and I laughed my ass off at that comment. That actually makes him seem like a lunatic. That's perfect. You have a heel that has tortured Seth for a while and said all these awful things, gets his ass kicked, and he's like, "Why weren't you there to help me?" That was great. That's how he should have been booked for a long time. A real lunatic, a real crazy person. You know, some bipolar, manic, you know, insane bastard. But instead we get nothing from him most often.
Dean should have been like a guy who, like, dude, like, he fixes his car in the parking lot. Like, he's just fucking around. He's so bored. He literally hooks himself up to a car battery just to be like, "Sah!" And he's like, "Dude, are you shocking yourself with the battery?" "Yeah." "You don't do that?" "I do it." Like, I'll hook you up to it right now. You know, just shit like that, just goofy shit if you want to be comedic with him. They just never really 100% knew. I mean, sometimes they did do that with Dean, but not much. The most they got really was fucking hot dog stand.
Bring Monday Night Raw to Black Mountain. We have a local that could go toe-to-toe with Lesnar. We also have a local killer clown. And finally our bars are lit with loud wails. Hashtag lackluster, hashtag Roy's Black Mountain, hashtag what the fuck Vince.
Mayor of Black Mountain. Somehow I don't know about that. Imagine that, dude. Tommy NC would try to make the show about him. He'd be like, "This show's about me, guys." Hey, listen, 601, you're on hold. Who's on hold?
Super chat. Imagine tonight's show in Chicago.
Right?
Hot damn.
Yeah.
That show would have been fire, and then all the dumb casuals watching at home would have been like, "Whoa, this is the shit." Goon, thanks for the donation, Goon. I appreciate that. 339-226-6610. I got the phone lines open now, guys. Phone lines are open if you want to talk about Raw. You can also Skype me. But actually, the Skype's a pain in the balls. So never mind. Just 339-226-6610. Curtis Cooper, thanks for subbing to the channel. Welcome to the Joe Cronin Show, man. What's up?
Jason makes some good points on Twitter as well, saying, you know, they have many weeks till Mania, so bringing these guys up just fills up time.
Yeah.
I'm so scared
But
for
still.
Velveteen Dream. Please stay in NXT.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, MWM 2 times. Thanks, man, for being a beast on the donations so far tonight. But yeah, it would be nice if they would keep him away. But, you know, if they could debut him in a good place, I mean, I'm game. If you can debut a guy in the right spot. Why the fuck can't I take a call right now on my phone? Is my screen dirty? I think I spilled water all over my screen.
Ruh-roh.
Trying to take
yeah,
phone
I'm
calls.
just concerned. Like I said, you know, I want to enjoy the night, and I'm not being outright negative. I'm just weary of the fact that I know how WWE pulls these things. They give you a little bit, and then they, you know, they take it back. So
Here we go. Oh!
Riff the Reaper.
Used to be huge WWE fan 1993 to 2006, want to get back into it. Last night was good, but man, Raw has gone downhill. Is this the norm for Raw?
Riff the Reaper, man, what's going on, dude? This was not the norm. This was a different night, but normally it does suck, yeah. Normally Raw does suck, but tonight I thought was decent tonight. The crowd just sucked. I was happy with the wrestling, but to me it still wasn't a great show. To me it was like a 5 out of 10, and it was a 5 out of 10 to me because the wrestling was good, and the crowd was terrible. If the crowd was better, I would have moved it up to a 6. You know, I would have said, well, at least the wrestling was really good and the crowd was hot for it, so good job. But no.
The NXT star debuting in Chicago would have been a big fuck you to AU, just saying. They would stick it to All In.
Yeah, the NXT star debut in Chicago. Yeah, it would have made sense, Goon.
yeah,
Would have popped those
absolutely.
people. It would have been a good moment. All kinds of shit. But, dude, it's not even that. It's not like you could have done Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is 50-50. It's like 50% families and 50% old school people, like good fans. But this was, oh my
Shit
God.
bomb.
Where were they tonight?
Oh god, that crowd gave me fucking AIDS, bro. Nice job, Vince, bringing up stars in a dead-ass city. Good wrestling, but damn Cole annoyed the fuck out of me, but that crowd was fucking awful. Vince is really fucking desperate. Fucking pathetic.
It's like anywhere else. Triple Gaming, thanks for the $5, Triple Gaming. Anywhere else, and we're talking about how good that is. We're talking about, like, that was great tonight. What a perfect debut. Everything else, that was so fun. But you knew it wasn't going to be like that. We're left with a bittersweet situation because they debuted these guys in Lafayette, Louisiana.
About to get it, man. Here we go. About to get it, man. Here we go. Oh, no.
Sixers honored Moses Malone retiring his jersey during HT a few weeks ago. Didn't even have a damn video tribute for him either. By the way, HB Michael Jordan.
Wow. Michael Jordan, yeah. Thank you very much, Fade to Black. Sixers honored Moses Malone retiring his jersey. Wow. Halftime. That's crazy. See, what I mean about, like, halftime is so weird, man. Because, yeah, a lot of people might see it, but there might be a lot of other people that just, like, and the guy doesn't even get the reception that he really should. You know,
Yeah.
and you might think, well, and why would you want to keep the people in the seats during the halftime anyway?
Yeah,
you
you
know?
don't. That's when you want people to go and get their shit done. So.
Go buy stuff, man. Yeah, go buy things.
That could have been pretty okay. But that crowd sucked ass. They were dead the whole night through some great matches.
Many people said it first, but Visit Blue Planet said it to me originally.
Stone Cold Steve Boston, thanks, man.
He said, I think The Rock and Mick Foley had more noise made for them in the empty arena match. He said, you can't help but agree there, you know. And like I said before, you know, I'm happy, but even if these were full-time call-ups, we know that next week the focus will just be on Braun and Rollins.
Yeah.
WWE can only book, you know, two or three stars at a time. We saw the women's tag champs basically get pushed to the wayside tonight. I mean, they got to come up, but it was pointless. There was a lot of things. And what was up with the Heavy Machinery Lacey Evans thing? That broke my brain.
What has Lacey Evans been doing? I don't understand it. And Heavy Machinery has been... They are all getting botched to hell. And listen, I got to go to the calls. We are so behind right now. The donations, I got to play those too. But let's go real quick over to Shots Fired Christian.
Yo, what's going on, Joe? DeMarco?
What's up, Shots Fired Christian? How you
Listen,
doing?
on?
I normally don't call in on these wrestling shows because, truthfully, I can't fucking stand it anymore. I'm embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed. I mean, I'd be embarrassed if it wasn't for this being my job. I'd be embarrassed. You know, anybody
Listen,
watching it regularly.
I have one friend that likes wrestling, and if I talk to any of my other ones, I'm a faggot. So,
Yeah.
Listen, I'm embarrassed about this shit. But, I mean, finally, we got a decent Raw. We got a decent show tonight. Maybe a good 7 out of 10. But the crowd, they were kind of sucking some dicks.
Dude, the crowd was zombies.
Dude, I don't get it. Listen, this is what I don't get. How the fuck? See this? I have people coming to me on Twitter saying I don't blame the crowd. I'm like, listen, you finally have a good Raw, but the crowd is fucking horrible. But I mean, you have these NXT calls, right? What DeMarco said, fucking how this might be only a one-time thing. All right, but if this crowd sucks that bad, just why go back? And I understand you gotta go everywhere to promote your shit, but fuck's sake, come on now. You should know that don't debut these guys now, and when you have Chicago 3 weeks away.
I don't
and
get
especially,
it.
They gave you a reason. You may not know who they are when they're coming out, so you don't cheer for them, but they gave you a reason to react when they were wrestling. The matches we got tonight from the NXT stars were really good.
They were. Even with those small little match with Elias.
Yeah.
Even that was decent, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean, compared to what we usually get on Raw, not so much NXT level, but you know, as far as Raw matches go, it was damn entertaining. We got some really good matches, a lot of cool moments, and they got, you know, piss poor reaction. The crowd, even if you don't know who they are, they gave you a reason to respond, and they didn't.
Yeah.
So.
Like when NXT guys get brung up, right? Fucking men-woman tag teams, like it could be the smallest person, like when Lacey Evans was brought up. I mean, listen, I know a lot of people who know they're gonna get fucked over, and fucked up when they come to the main roster. But that night when they finally show up, it's exciting.
Right.
It's very exciting to see them, see a new person, a new face that you've been watching in the underground. Fucking finally be on the big show, right? But when you fuck it up, well, they didn't really fuck it up tonight. The crowd fucked it up for them.
These people just so out of touch. These people had no idea. Like they don't watch NXT at all. None of these people.
Yeah. From what I heard is that people from this area, they were giving out tickets for $15, $35. Apparently, a lot of people go there last minute and shit and take their kids. Apparently, I mean, they know it's a bumblefuck town and a lot of people can't get the network. But I mean, if you knew that going in,
why? Yeah,
just wait.
Like what?
Just wait.
You know, I don't get. That's the thing. Like, why would you do this? Number one, those people maybe they'll be like, I didn't even recognize people tonight. Maybe I'll never go to that again.
Yeah, and listen to this. Imagine, listen. This I hope to God this never happens. Imagine if you brought in a guy like Kenny Omega on a show with the crowd like this tonight.
Right.
Imagine that. That'd be a fucking catastrophe.
It's kind of like it. I mean, a lot of people think, oh, Aleister Black and all these guys. And it's like that's what it was like. I mean, it's crazy. It's so bad, man. I agree with you 100%. Christian, I'm gonna let you go, man. But I'm glad you called, dude. I hope you called during Monetize this Friday.
No,
absolutely.
Listen, I have off. I usually have driver's ed on Saturday mornings, but this week I have off because I have off of school. I'm going to be staying up for the long haul and monetize this 200 because one of my first monetize this was 100. So
damn. I'll
be up for the long haul with you guys.
All right, man. Good to hear from you. Thank you, man. Thanks, Christian. Good luck, man, on the driver's ed stuff. Man. I failed the first time because I backed up. Dude, I backed up straight and the thing curved slightly. And it was snowing out, like a raging snowstorm. And I bumped the side, and then I did everything right. I parallel parked in the snow in a snowstorm, everything. And I was like, man, I think he's gonna pass me just because I did all that. Guy was like, fail. And I was
I'm half black, so I'm a natural driver. So, but we got this one girl in the car, and she almost put us into the fucking trees. So, women, get a grip. So, have a nice night, guys.
All right, thanks, man.
Take care.
What the hell? What the hell does being half black have to do with driving well?
I don't know. I never heard. I
did not get that.
I'm half Asian, so that's why I need the driver's ed. But
yeah, like I would have gotten that.
Go that route.
I just got so lost by that. But
that's a stereotype I'm not familiar with.
Yeah. What the hell? What? Hey, Saurabh Patil, thank you very much for subbing to the channel. Hope I didn't just ruin your name. Sounds like you're from India, maybe. I'm not sure, but thank you for subbing. Shout out to everybody. Yeah, don't drink and drive. It's bad. It's bad. What? Look at that. Look at that. I've never seen that before.
I think Vince has Alzheimer's disease.
Alzheimer's disease? Khalid Al-Kur, thanks very much for the $5.
And I know not everybody has the network, and not everybody can afford the network and things like that. But granted, even if you don't know who they were, it's not so much that they gave these guys piss poor reactions. It's that they gave no one a reaction. It wasn't just the NXT stars tonight. It was the entire show that they were dead for.
Yeah.
Even if we didn't have the NXT call-ups, we'd still be bitching about the crowd. We're just more so concerned with the crowd because it was a better than usual show. I mean, that you know, they barely reacted to anything at all. Even the children. I don't know. You know, usually you hear kids react when Bailey and Sasha is out there, and even that was, you know, you heard one kid. So it could just be, you know, low attendance, and it was really poorly mic'd. But that didn't seem like the case, because anytime they showed the audience, they were just zombies. I saw people with headphones on. I saw people on their phones. Like, you know, usually it's one or two. No, this was like a majority of the crowd just not paying attention. So why go to things if you don't want to be entertained?
Well, dude, it was all bad. It was because that's all there's to do. Hey, $15.
I'm gonna slap the fucking black off his face.
Joe, you are spot on. No one wins tonight. You had those people in the arena looking at each other like, who the fuck is this bald bearded asshole, while people like me and you are marking out at home. What the fuck? The point is Vince.
Justin Ryan, thank you for the accolades, man. The $20. Suck my unit. Justin Ryan, thanks, man. No, I really appreciate that. I think you're right. I think I'm right. I think you're right. I think I just don't understand. Like, I feel like it's almost like they're trying to make us babies. Like, we got what we wanted, but we're still complaining. And it's like, yeah, because this was like the one place that sucked to debut these guys.
And you have so many big places coming up.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9. Suck my dick. Shoot it into the sky like going.
Someone pulled a prank on the Raw audience tonight and glued them to their chairs. The NXT guys gave Raw a small shot of personality, and Raw was kinda almost good actually. This audience was the worst. -9 points to Raw crowd. Haha, JK.
Shit bomb. Getting ready for monetize this, Jacob.
So you mean to tell me that these fans in the crowd don't own WWE 2K19 to know that these guys are in the game?
They don't know.
They never select them to at least get acquainted with them. I refuse that.
Malibu Al, thanks for the $5. Dude, I bet you most of these people don't even have that game. Malibu Al, I think you're double wrong. I appreciate the $5. Jacob, thanks for the donation before that, by the way, Jacob. But no, man, I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong. I think the most of these people either don't have the game, and yeah, if they do, they go, Aleister Black, what's that guy? Fuck that guy. Where's Cena?
They just got the Xbox 360 down there.
Yeah, they're using Xbox 360.
You know,
Sarah Van
they're a little behind.
Thanks for subbing to the channel, man. We're having a subscription party as always, so make sure you guys subscribe down below. If I find them, I'll kill them.
I hate how Raw ends abruptly now. It's terrible. Anyone remember that 1 or 2 times WCW Nitro had the whole entire fight all over the arena, in the ring, ringside, on the stage, everywhere? It used to be wild, and now someone farts in the ring and the show ends.
I just want to tell you, Harry Steve, I know, listen, Harry Steve, it's not you, and thank you for donating, Harry, but listen, I just want to tell everybody right now, fuck everybody that was coming at me telling me I was crazy. And fuck all of you, especially the Ryan Satins of the world, who are running around saying, it's about time we end the show at 11 o'clock, finally. Yay, finally. Go look it up. Go look up the tweets of everyone praising it, and remember that I fought those motherfuckers on Twitter. Remember that I stood up and said, you are out of your fucking minds, because the show ending at 11 sucks. How do I know? How do you know, Joe, that the show ending at 11 is going to suck? Well, because it ends at 10 on Tuesday on SmackDown, and that sucks. Because I know the show is going to end at exactly 11. That sucks. because the show blows already. And when I know on the dot that the show is going to end at 11, it ruins some of the end for me. One of the last unpredictable things we have is we don't know if it's going to end at 11 or 11:05 or 11:15. Hell, sometimes it ended at 11:20, 11:08, 11:09. You don't know. You don't know. And that makes it exciting. And
the overrun was one of the best parts of the show, even when it was a bad show.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is like sometimes people just tuned into the end to be like, what's going to happen? I don't know. And now every single night every Monday it ends at 11. And yet people fought me and said, yeah, you're probably one of the people that doesn't like 3 hours, but you want it to be longer? You're an idiot. Ugh. No, you are idiots. And all you stupid assholes who I fought with on Twitter, wherever you are, I don't know who you are or where you are, but I do know some people who are in the industry or wrestling writers and shit like that. They are on drugs. On drugs. One of the best things about WWE Raw was unpredictability. And the show ending whenever it has to is unpredictable. Now it's predictable. There's 30 seconds left and somebody goes down for a finisher. It's over. I know it. Or you can see how things are about to end. You couldn't do that. Just another good thing we lost in WWE and in wrestling. And Justin Bailey's in the chat. What's up, Bailey? You fucking cuck fucker.
Gordon Bombay, said on Twitter they literally could have waited it one day until tomorrow. They're in New Orleans.
Yeah. Whatever. So, Atlanta tomorrow.
I know they want it on Raw.
Next week they're in Atlanta.
Yeah. So it had to be, purely intentional. There's some devious mindset behind it.
I really believe that. I'm not even kidding. I think somebody said that earlier. A few people said that about Vince. I think they might be right. I think Vince wanted to be like, see, what the hell? They couldn't even get over there. They can't get over anywhere. Let me go to the phone. I got someone on the hold here. Hold on a minute. It's 601. Yo, 601, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, Joe? What's up, Jake?
Hey, man, how are
What's
you?
going on?
Hey, man, first off, I want to say to you and everybody in the JCS Army, I apologize as a native of Louisiana for that pathetic,
is this TJ?
Pitiful display. Yeah, this is me.
Yeah,
this is me,
it's
Joe.
TJ.
What's up, TJ? I'm sorry, bro.
Hey, I apologize. Like I said, for the state of Louisiana, that was an embarrassment. And I heard somebody was talking about Lafayette. I just want to let y'all know what type of town that is. Lafayette is a really small town. It's like one of the smaller towns in Louisiana. They're probably just happy that WWE showed up. And I think the last caller hit the nail on the head. They probably was giving away some tickets, or somebody was like, oh, WWE is coming. I think I'll go ahead and show up. Man, this crowd was dead. They had no energy. I could have went to a retirement home and I would have seen more energy than what I've seen tonight. It's sad. It was pathetic, man. But I agree. They should have waited till tomorrow when it was in New Orleans, a better town, my hometown.
Yeah.
I feel like they would have been I think it would have been much better. But I 100% agree with what you just said. I think it was sabotage. I don't know if Vince let his ego get in the way. Maybe he understands like these guys have a lot of promise. These guys are the future of the industry, and maybe he wanted to make Triple H look bad. It has to be something like that, because I don't want to think that Vince McMahon, a guy who has been dealing with sports entertainment for decades, don't understand the type of city that Lafayette, Louisiana is. I'm pretty sure he's been there several times. So it had to be some level of sabotage that had to take place. But I don't want to take up too much of y'all time. Once again, I'd like to apologize on behalf of the state of Louisiana. I think you're talking about the Saints. I'm going to let that go, Joe.
I was kidding.
Y'all have a good night, man.
Well, you guys
TJ,
get
before
screwed.
you go, you had me laugh my ass off. He said, when Elias told the crowd to shut your mouths, TJ's like, I just laughed. He must not have been listening to the crowd tonight.
Yeah, they're shutting their mouths all night. Yeah, TJ hung up, but
I saw that tweet and I died laughing because it's so true. Shut your mouths. Oh wait,
he should have said that, because they knew. He should have said, well, I would tell you all to shut your mouths, but you're so damn quiet. I wasn't even sure you all were alive. This song is about you. And I would have sang like, Lafayette's zombies, all quietest crowd I ever heard because they're losers. You know, you could have just made fun of them like
really
that.
Dug in on them and tried to, liven them up.
I appreciate it, though, man. I'm joking about the Saints. They got screwed. I mean, they did. They got screwed.
We knew that was a bad call.
I'm joking.
Before we get back into Raw, Jay Zombie on Twitter sent me a commercial last night for Tuesday, April 30th. They're talking about SmackDown Live coming to Columbus, Ohio. And you know how they usually have the placeholder matches for dark matches or advertisements, of who's going to be there? Well, they did say that, and lately it seems to be true where it's not just placeholders. The tentative matches for that night is AJ Styles taking on Daniel Bryan for the title. Daniel Bryan's still the champion. And then you have Charlotte taking on Asuka for the women's title. So Asuka is still the champion as well. That's after WrestleMania. People are thinking that they might have spoiled some of the plans tentatively by airing the commercial. Usually, like I said, it's just placeholder, and these are the matches they made up quite a while ago. But lately, that hasn't been the case. They've been spoiling things inadvertently. So
right.
I wonder if they messed up and we're going to see Daniel Bryan retain as well as Asuka or what. It's just something to consider.
Jesus, I didn't even think about that. That is crazy. I'm sorry to the Louisiana fans. They're all like, I'm sorry. I'm going to play the rest of the donations people are asking me about. What the hell were the donations? Oh, let me play them. We're behind.
Super Chat Party.
Hail Metal forever.
Joe, you should start a band. I would see that live.
Oh, yeah. I used to be in one. I was in a band, and we played with a whole bunch of people, man. Lamb of God and Killswitch Engage and Shadows Fall. It's a crazy band. I can't. My voice is so jacked up. But no, I was really in one. It was crazy. I was a singer in most of the bands I was in, but I'm really not a good anything. I'm a decent drummer, but I'm not really that good at doing too much singing. But I was always a singer. I don't know why. They always made me the fucking singer, and I'm not. I think I'm a better drummer. Pour
me a beer. You've got a new subscriber.
That AEW wrestling guy subscribed. What's up, man? You're always welcome here when you're talking AEW. I hope AEW does something, man. I can't wait. Hope it's fucking good. Because if it is, then you know Joe Cronin's going to take off his diaper and show somebody something.
Super Chat Party.
What's up, Casey Rose?
I didn't watch. Thank God I worked lol. #Rotterdid.
Well, Casey, we thought it was good. We thought it was pretty good. I gave it a 5 out of 10. Normally, I give it a 2, 3, 4, 1. I gave it a 5 out of 10. Jake gave it a 6. And the only thing was the crowd was just terrible. There wasn't anything crazy innovative. They just brought up NXT guys. They went out. They had pretty good wrestling matches. And that was really about it. And the crowd was dead. So because of that, I give it a 5 out of 10 for trying something new, but a lower score for the wrong timing and the crowd being dead. And I'm
really confused as to why.
Oh, it's Cran time. Jared Barron breaks up.
My enemies saw the Cran and ran. Cran man, come on, make me believe in tasty. I'm so thirsty, would you answer me? Cran man. All my friends are fucking the man, 'cause all my friends are drinking Cran. Jared Barron. 'Cause all my friends are drinking Cran. I got the fucking Cran.
$17 coming from the man.
Get out the Cran, Joe Cronin.
Get out the motherfucking Cran, bro. Listen, I swear to God to you. That I ran out of Cran and it's snowing out still and I haven't gone to the store. So that's the reason. Otherwise, Baron, Jared, man, I would be on that. I might pull out a drink for you, though, in a minute. I'm not joking. We keep this shit up tonight, I might go get a drink in a minute. And fuck it. I'll be Joe Drunken Cronin. Nathan Broderick. What's up, Nathan? Thanks for subbing to the channel, man. Welcome to the Joe Cronin Show. I appreciate it. Appreciate you coming in. We got a lot more to talk about.
When The Rock returned to WWE in 2011, he had a 30-minute overrun and the show ended at 11:32 p.m. I remember it like it was yesterday. I mean, I remember when the brain in WCW used to be like, please 5 more minutes please, when the show ended at 10 p.m. Good times.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that shit, man. That was, it was a good time. Steph McMahon created women. Thank you for the donation.
Pour me a beer. You've got a new subscriber.
Just Chris
funny the way that came out, because, you know, Paige claims WWE never held women back. And people are kind of lambasting her on Twitter about that comment.
What a dumb...
I mean, you think about how many times, you know, things have been taken away, or, you know.
Yeah, she blamed the fans. She said it was, the fans just never cared.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be... Maybe both.
Tori Wilson begging to use weapons to get more physical and not
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming, and my balls have to blue. $9.
That AEW wrestling guy.
Hey Joe, this show was halfway decent, but the Crow just really looked like they were having a Bird Box moment and had their fucking eyes close. Fuck Vince and Ronda notching ass.
Thank you, AEW wrestling fan. I agree.
Shit,
I agree with you. Donald Trump.
I haven't seen a crowd with this low energy since the last Bush family reunion.
Oh my God. Donald J. Trump, thanks for the donation, man. I appreciate that. Yo, there's one more. It's like, come on, we got to get Jared. Well, let's pause it. We'll let Jared sit for a second.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to hear what he's going to say.
I don't understand why Leo Rush and Bobby Lashley were fine tonight after Bobby whooped his ass last night. You know, they couldn't even give you like a little nugget of information saying like, by the way, you know, Bobby made good with Leo, you know.
Yeah, you never.
Or Leo apologized for costing him the title. Just nothing. They're out there.
You couldn't have had Bobby grab him in the back and hold him up against the wall and say, "You ever do something stupid like that again, you're out of here." And Leo would be like, "I'm sorry, Bobby. Bobby, it was my fault, Bobby. Like it's my fault." You know, whatever. They'll never happen again, type of deal. He puts him down. And then he's like, but you need to focus tonight, Bobby. You need to focus because you know what you're capable of, and I know what you're capable of. And tonight, these people are gonna be fucking in awe of what you do out there in that ring tonight. I'm ready, like that type of thing. Like, and you're like, okay, all right, whatever. They forgot about it. That makes sense. There was nothing though, like you said. It's just back together.
It just happened.
He attacked
them
last
night. And this, of course, is
night.
After opening with, you know, the Applebee's manager taking on, you know, the freaking, you know, I don't understand what the freaking moron's doing. But Braun, yeah, okay, so he's injured from going through the 2 tables, but him getting beat by Baron is just it's so hard to suspend your disbelief that much time and time again. And, you know, them fighting at ringside, and yeah, he's got the tape on his back and he's selling well, but it's still just there's times where Baron's doing these certain moves and you know, the suplex comes into effect and things like that. And it's like, how is Braun not having the upper hand? And then Braun goes to put him through the announce table when there's tables set up all around him. All around him on the entrance ramp and on the actual main stage, there are tables. But yet he wants to put him through the announce table all the way over there.
Yeah, there was...
just again makes him look like more of a dumbass.
Braun is a dumbass. I mean, like, literally, I'm not joking. Like, this is his character. Yeah. He is a fucking idiot. He cashes in his money in the bank or whatever like an idiot. He does everything like an idiot. I'm sorry. And by the way, Lafayette cheered for him tonight, you idiots. Braun Strowman is a dumbass.
Oh, speaking of idiot, did you see Kevin Owens' promo tonight?
I missed it.
All right, he dropped his phone in the beginning, quickly like juggled it to pick it back up, and they threw in just 1 or 2 of like those little audio visual cuts.
Yeah.
Again, like the little digital interruptions. So they're doing that intentionally. But he was talking with his son at the movie theater. His son bought popcorn and a soda, and he's like, "Oh, there's no change," and you know they're trying to make a joke out of that, but they're really, you know, again with the food thing. He's eating popcorn. Yesterday he's eating the pizza. He bowled the strike and, you know, said he was going to bowl a strike. He could bowl the gutter ball. Dropping his phone now. They're really pushing that, you know, fatherly everyman.
He's the Homer Simpson.
Yeah. that's really what they're going for with him.
It's interesting, I guess. But yeah, you
We'll
were
see how it
dead
works,
on. You
but-
said that right from the beginning, and man, that was dead on. That report or whatever you got on that was exactly what happened. It's pretty crazy. Hey, what'd you think about, no Rick Rude, but China and DX is the Hall of Fame made a video earlier about seems like the Hart Foundation was scrapped because Owen Hart's wife sent another warning.
Yeah, I had mentioned that out of nowhere. 2 weeks
Right, you
ago?
did
I said
mention,
that they were planning on changing the Hall of Fame and doing it last minute. And I guess they had this idea on the back burner where if they ever had a moment where they couldn't get like the main eventer to go through, or if something happened, what if they had somebody like they have Goldberg, just pulling a name out of a hat, lined up. He's going to be the head of the Hall of Fame, and then he goes on a racist rant. Well, what are they going to do now? So they always had
a
DX
racist rant. Oh my God!
So they always had DX on the back burner to save their ass. It was like a rainy day fund kind of idea,
right?
And I guess that's kind of what came to fruition here. That's what happened. They went ahead and they went with their backup plan, and not saying DX is a backup plan by any means, but it was just something that they always had. They wanted to put him.
Yeah, you
into
knew
the
it was
Hall of
going to
Fame.
happen eventually, and they could do it any
regardless,
time.
they were going to get in there exactly, but
Right.
they just it was a safety net for them where if things didn't work out. They knew that they had old reliable Triple H and his cronies to put in.
And Triple H ain't in the Hall of Fame, so Triple H, it's kind of weird.
So he's very happy, and I'm extremely pleased about this. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I wish Joni got in when she was alive. Yeah, I do too, but it didn't happen. At least she's getting in now.
Well, this
I
is
know
also a
it's not
sneaky
solo
way
induction.
it's also a sneaky way to put her in too, in a way.
Absolutely. It's not a solo induction, but at least she's going to be in the Hall of Fame. She's getting recognized. Could you imagine if they had D-Generation X without her being
they couldn't
inducted?
have done it. There would have been China Chance at the show. They wouldn't even have done
outrage
it.
would have been monumental.
Yeah, they could not have done it. I almost think that they did DX and they were like, well, we got to just kind of say China real quick. Because that story, that story that Triple H, and this just, by the way, this now confirms Triple H's bullshit story on the Stone Cold podcast.
Yeah, about
Can you
Google
imagine if my
searches.
kid went on the web and searched, who's China? My 8-year-old kid and was like, "They put China. Let me search her," and they see what comes up. Yeah, Triple H. Can you imagine if I type in Paige on the Google and what comes up?
Paige
Yeah,
has got 10 times worse at this point.
That was the biggest. I mean, nice try, but that was the biggest bullshit lie that Triple H told, or not. It might not even be a lie, but it just might be the biggest bullshit try to cop out on that Stone Cold podcast. And it's so funny. We knew it was going to come back. Like, play that clip of him over and over again. Well, China can't be in the Hall of Fame because of, well, let's face it. If my 8-year-old goes on the computer and she types in China, what comes up? It's like, dude, yeah. If your 8-year-old goes and types in Vince McMahon saying the N-word or grinding on
There's so
some
many
big-titted
instances
girl,
that are
whatever. Who cares? What are you talking
what if they're
about?
watching the network? And why are you letting your 8-year-old Google things like that unprotected anyway?
Yeah,
Shouldn't you have some type of safe search?
And the answer is it was bullshit. You just didn't like.
They Googled
you
China.
hate China.
They're gonna learn about Chinese culture.
They hated China, and that's all there is to it. And now that the social justice stuff and the women and everything's gone out there, they have to be like, this is great for us, so now let's use it. But, like, you really hate China, so you won't fool me. You hated China. You hate China. You don't like her. But whatever. At least she is getting the Hall of Fame. It's true. But it's like, man, that girl was begging for their attention, and please forgive me. And they wouldn't do that. When somebody begs
it's
you,
disgraceful how they treated her. And,
for a year.
but-
For years, but for a straight year on YouTube, we watched her go and beg for the WWE to do something to bury like the hatchet or whatever the case is. Like, it's over now. Now I want forgiveness, and I'll give you forgiveness. And you didn't give somebody that. That's like one of the worst things you can do when somebody fucks up and wants forgiveness. I mean, especially when it's sort of like equal shit. You know what I mean? Like if JD said to me like, oh, I really want you to forgive everything and like let's move on or whatever. I would say, hey, I did just as much shit as you did in a different way.
Yeah,
and
you both have a hand in it, kind of.
Yeah,
idea.
you don't just hold it over them like Nah, JD, nah. Like,
because they always lauded it over her as if she was the ultimate bad guy and they were the victims, and that really isn't the case at all. I mean, Hunter cheated, and it always feels like he intentionally did what he did to work his way into the company, and then just happened to fall in love. But
yeah, and I don't believe in that whole. I don't even go into the whole he married his way into the company. I don't think that's true at all. Because if I was Triple H and I was in the WWE and I was wrestling and I was working with a girl like Stephanie backstage, I probably would have fallen in love with her too. Like, it doesn't matter who she is. She's fucking hot and like really cool and all this shit. So like, I get what I don't think Triple H was like, God, that sadistic to be like, I'm going to own the part of this company if I marry her. But I think it was he legit. Because there's by the way, there's as much to lose by getting involved in that. Like, I don't think people ever think about that. Do you realize if their relationship went south, he saw what happened in China. What if something happened with him? What if for some reason he cheated? Or what if for some reason she cheated? Or what if they just broke up in general? Like, I don't think anybody thinks about that. It's like, yeah, he married in, but it's like he could have easily been screwed if anything bad happened. And it puts him in a weird position that he may not want to have been in. So I think the guy legitimately fell in love with the girl. And it was a risk, but he fell in love with it. I really believe that. I'm not, but if he did do that, he'd be one of the sickest individuals we've ever heard of. I mean, if he had done it for that reason. It's and
more often than not, these relationships don't succeed. So I mean,
it has this long. I mean, dude, I think the guy's legit with that. I really do. I mean, I could be wrong, but I just think the people that jump right to like he married in, I think that's you can joke around, but I think the guy loves the girl and loves Stephanie. And my God, could he really be that sadistic? I can't believe it. I don't want to believe that. Matt the Misfit's on hold. We're gonna get to him in just a second. Matt, just hang on a second. I gotta get the drink. I'm gonna go upstairs now. I'm gonna get the drink, guys. I'm gonna get it on. Who in the chat wants to see me get drunk? Who wants to see me get drunk right now? Right now. Right now.
So thirsty, would you answer me? Friend man. All my friends are fucking the man, 'cause all my friends are drinking cran. They're drinking cran, 'cause all my friends are drinking cran. I got the fucking cran. We got
Get that drink out and get drunk.
Yo, that AEW wrestling guy, what's up, man? Jared Barron has set the bar, guys. He has set the fucking bar. I'm ready, Jared Barron.
He set the bar to make you go to the bar.
I'm going to the bar. Let me put on a guy who's a great man. He's a longtime listener. He's also I enjoy him. You guys know
he's great in bed.
He's great in bed. And he can carry a conversation with Jake for the next 5 minutes while I grab a drink. He is Matt the Misfit. Matt, what's up?
What's going on, guys?
Oh,
what's
man.
going on? You must be ecstatic.
I can't wait to hear what you have to say about this tonight, especially the crowd. And you're such an NXT guy, so
I want Katrina to come back to fucking destroy fucking.
Oh my God!
Fuck that crowd.
When the levee breaks, baby.
Like, seriously, like I cannot believe that they debuted in it. First of all, why call them up when you have 6 other call-ups, if you want to call 6 of them? You haven't even established those guys yet. And by the way, Lars Sullivan debuted tonight on Raw in a video package.
Yeah, he was shown off in the video package. And meanwhile, I know we didn't really talk about it much because it came up after out of nowhere last week, but Lars tweeted out saying, after much consideration, I've decided to join the Church of Scientology. And then he took down the tweet minutes later. I had a few people send me that tweet immediately.
He's running his Twitter.
He unprotected his Twitter just to say that he was joining the Church of Scientology. I was like, wow, he is officially gone off the deep end. And typically you see people
He also tweeted like as soon as Raw went off the air.
Yeah. I mean, and usually when you see people that are in a odd state when they're, susceptible to suggestion and things like that.
He deleted that tweet too.
Yeah, he deleted that immediately after Raw went off the air tonight. So
I think Dream might be in trouble again after
I
last
only
week's
saw it for a
tweet,
second.
so.
And I didn't get to. Did you see what he wrote tonight?
Who, Dream?
No, Lars.
Oh, something about fun show tonight or something. WWE versus NXT or something like that.
Yeah, because it's gone now. Oddly enough, like you said. So. Yeah, but
Yeah,
when people
Dream
are
might have gotten in trouble
state,
from last week's tweet about Raw being boring.
Yeah, really. In that vulnerable state, you see people go ahead and kind of, usually become susceptible to religious figures and whatnot. So him joining the Church of Scientology, it's not that far out to consider. That's why they have so many people that have mental health issues, and because they are easily persuaded. So, but that's a whole nother rabbit hole to delve into. So, what did you think about DIY defeating the Revival tonight? Some people were upset that the Revival lost.
I'm not shocked because you got to make the NXT champion and I guess I'm not going to get into that because I don't want to spoil anything. But
yeah,
but you want to make the NXT champion look good on his debut. But I had a problem with half of that because they made Ciampa look like the babyface in that entire thing.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of made both of them look more, less than heel. That was their intentions.
Doesn't Ciampa look weird not being heelish right now?
It seemed unnatural, but it worked. It worked. Being with Johnny, they have such chemistry together. It's still just it felt natural because of the previous rivalry with the Revival and everything we had seen before. It just, for me, it worked. And anyone not knowing this character, I guess it would work as well. So I think people that are casuals and don't know who Tommaso Ciampa is, if they do tune in now to NXT and see him be so dastardly, they're going to be pretty perplexed.
I was like, when Bobby Roode asked, why are they getting a match with the Revival? I'm like, it's really simple, Mr. Glorious. DIY is an actual tag team.
Yeah.
That.
I didn't care for Bobby Roode and Gable's exchange with, DIY, but I did like what the Revival had to say. And Ciampa was right. We're not here to earn your respect. And that, they came out and kicked their ass. I liked it. And like you said, they have to make both NXT belts look good. And I feel like those belts are worth more than the Raw tag belts. Typically, you'd figure any main roster belt would be more prestigious than an NXT belt, but not in this case. I mean, they are the newly crowned Raw tag champions. They only won it a week ago, so I mean, it's not like they have some monumental run with them at this point. I'm okay. The Shatter Machine was a real close 2 count, and that looked good. And there was some really good moments in the match, and the simultaneous when they get the super kick in the knee. I love that. And
meet them in the middle. I think that's what we call it.
Obviously, it's not going to be takeover quality. We know that.
No, they're not. They're never going to touch that fucking match they had in Toronto.
No, certainly not. And nothing like what we got with the triple threat with the Authors of Pain either. I mean, that's one of my favorite tag matches of all time. But I didn't find it strange that the Revival lost, and I also appreciated the level of athleticism we saw with these two teams tonight. I really enjoyed them showcasing Ricochet's strengths, and like I said it earlier, that's how you do a debut. Exactly. You go ahead, you showcase their strengths, you give them a solid showing, and you have them win. You don't have them lose. Look what they did with Nikki. She's lost twice on her debut nights, And then and think about this. They fed Nikki Cross to Ruby Riott just for Ruby Riott to get buried last night. Yeah. And then I had another problem. I knew they were going to do this with when they introduced the women's tag titles. They showed up at the third hour of the show and no one gave a shit. That's how much WWE cares about them tag titles. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we knew it wasn't going to be anything fantastic.
This is why I did not want the tag team titles. I did not want Sasha and Bayley winning the tag titles. That was way too obvious. And to be fair, it should have been Bayley and Sasha chasing the champions at WrestleMania.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how it should have been. But I mean, we heard for far too long now that it was going to be the other way around, that Sasha and Bayley were going to be the tag champs.
And then there was no EC3 and Nikki Cross tonight either.
No.
I think they might actually be on SmackDown tomorrow though. That's why I'm thinking of that.
Okay, so long as we see them on SmackDown in some capacity, but I don't want to just see them. They should be wrestling. And Lacey Evans coming out doing her little, modeling walk, and then you have Heavy Machinery basically
doing the bushwhackers.
Yeah, that was just cringe-inducing and really painful. That broke my brain
weird.
at that point.
I'm
already messing up words tonight.
Last night when Lacey Evans came out, I'm like, is Nikki Cross and her going to wrestle or something? And then I'm like, oh, well, that was pointless.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand what the point of that segment was, what they're doing. I mean, and sadly, the whole, promo beforehand with Heavy Machinery wasn't well received either, partly because of the crowd, but also because it just wasn't that good. It really wasn't. I mean, we didn't get any real character development from them too, and I don't know. It was just
really odd.
Just odd. Yeah, exactly.
And then, the WWE Championship is probably going to be crazy tomorrow. I mean, I still think it's going to be Bray Wyatt and Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. And I think they're going to do Kofi and Joe for the time being.
I would love it if they had Mustafa Ali. I think you're right, by the way, but I would love it if they had Mustafa Ali and Kofi Kingston face off at Fastlane, determine the number one contender, and we get Kofi versus Daniel at Mania. Because we saw Xavier Woods talk about both in interviews with WWE and on his Instagram. He said that our goal is to hold the tag team championships and the WWE championship over our heads by the end of this year's WrestleMania. And that could be a great storyline for themselves. Them seeking out gold and validation. So they go for the tag titles while Kofi goes for the championship, and to have them unanimously hold up their belts together to close out Mania, that would be a great, emotional moment. But
the reason I don't think they're going to do anything with it is because they did this exact same thing a few years ago with Daniel Bryan and Santino Marella.
Yeah, I mean, granted, but
and then
it would certainly be nice. I mean, you figure the ovation reaction that Kofi got last night. You picture that in the grandest stage of them all, and him and Daniel Bryan. We saw just a bit of what they could do with each other last night at the end of the Chamber match. So you intensify that and really let them go at it at Mania. That could be something really special.
Yeah, it just doesn't fit the story they're telling with Daniel Bryan is why they're not going to do it. There's only one guy who fits the storyline right now. That will fit with Daniel Bryan in this storyline.
Yeah, as you had said. So,
and I'm like, and people are like, well, why would he do that? He was on Raw. I'm like, it didn't stop the Big Show from showing up on SmackDown.
Yeah, it's happened. They're not really holding fast, and steady with people being assigned to brands at this point.
And then my next question
kind of shop around. So,
and then my next question is, who, since it's obviously going to be Shane and the Miz at WrestleMania, who are the Usos going to wrestle?
Oh, you think Shane and the Miz are going to? Oh, yeah, you mean them facing off against each other?
Yeah, so
that's what I'm saying. It would be nice, as much as we've seen the Usos and the New Day face off, a dozen times already.
There's really only one team left they can wrestle. They've wrestled the Bar, the New Day, and the Club.
Yeah. Sanity is the only one that they haven't gone through on SmackDown. And unfortunately, I mean, they have time to elevate them into a, possibly elevate them to a Mania-worthy build. But it would take a lot of dedication and a lot of work to get them ready for that position. And I don't think they're going to put that much effort into it.
I think Kelly and Dane did actually call out the Usos on Twitter last night.
Oh, really? I mean, it would be interesting, but he could just be going into business for himself with that.
He said, which I think I still think he got in trouble for that one tweet from weeks ago. I said, "Congrats, Usos.
I don't
maybe
doubt
the
that.
best team around for now." That's what he said.
Yeah. See, so I mean, that just more or less seems like they're still going into business for themselves and trying to remind people that sanity still exists. And as you had said before, too, with Raw tonight, I like the main event. Ruby Riott and Ronda Rousey. Why did they not do this last night?
I know. I was like, what? Why?
What was the point of them having a 1:40 match last night? They should have had this exact match and never had the Charlotte and Becky angle that we got.
Like, you could have still done the Becky and Charlotte angle last night, but you still could have gave a great match without the fucking thing with Lacey Evans last night.
Yeah, I think they should have waited on the Charlotte and Becky angle till next week on Raw with Rick's birthday. And after, Charlotte's already out there, Ronda comes out, she squares up, against Charlotte, and that's when Becky breaks on out with the crutches and does everything we saw from last night. But
which I thought was
now they're also saying
badass
too
last
that
night,
they're threatening her with legal action and she'll be arrested on site. And well, why wasn't this happening already? It just makes you guys look like buffoons yet again. But the match was really good. It was impressive, and we saw a bit of offense that we don't get from Ronda that often or at all. Yeah. With her diving to the outside and the gut wrench suplex that happened, and her being, having to fight off some submission maneuvers as well.
And Ruby got to show what she can
with
do.
The trio of, the Riot Squad being there and having, to fight off all three. That's what we should have had last night. I'm just baffled by the fact that this is what they decided to do.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I'm just confused as to why they didn't do it last night.
I didn't make no sense. And now I'm trying to figure out, did Sasha Banks confirm that they can defend the titles on NXT?
I don't think that's what she was intending to say, but that's what it sounded like. I think she was more or less saying that they can go between shows.
I want Sasha and Bayley versus Io Shirai versus Kairi Sane, but I don't think that's going to happen now because Io Shirai is most likely facing Shayna Baszler at TakeOver Brooklyn.
No way that happens, but that'd be sick. Definitely not what she meant, but
that's how she made it sound. But no, I think she just was trying to say that they can go between brands and meaning Raw and SmackDown. And another thing is too, with discussing the women, they say that, you're not supposed to have automatic rematches. Well, then why did Ruby Riott get her rematch tonight? They never explained that. There's no automatic rematches.
I think
she wasn't the champion anyway, so she really didn't have.
I think they can have rematches. It's just not automatic. That's the point. Like it can. It happens, but it's not. Oh, you owe me my rematch. No, we don't owe you a rematch, but we do have rematches.
Yeah, because she was the challenger. She didn't lose the belt, so it's not a guaranteed rematch previously. Anyways, but it was just, I don't know.
That wasn't for the belt, was it?
Tonight?
No. Yeah, no, it actually was for the belt.
Yeah, tonight was for the belt as well.
What? Again, why would you? Wait a minute.
That's what I'm saying.
Why would you get a match for the belt at the pay-per-view? Lose.
And then again tonight on Raw.
Lose fucking incredibly easy. Like you lost, epically lost. And then you got a rematch for it the next night? That makes no sense.
Why didn't we have that match last night? The match we had tonight last night.
Yeah, it should have been the opposite. Like last night they gave us a match, and tonight it was
should have been the squash, and then the Riot Squad should have ran in. Yeah.
This actually reminds me of when they debuted Asuka at TLC, and they had and Emma and her had a great match, and then the very next night she buries Emma.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
But in reverse, yeah, it's weird.
And there yet again we have Ronda defending her belt faithfully, which I'm happy about. Like they said, it's a bit of a common occurrence. If she fights in a pay-per-view, she defends it the next night, and I'm happy with that. At least we're getting her on a regular basis. She is a defending champion, and that was a lot of people's worries too. Remember how many people told us, "Oh, she's going to be a terrible champion. I don't want her to win the belt because we're never going to see it defended. She'll only be there for WrestleMania." And she's defended that thing countless times now.
Well, here's my question: is she going to defend it at Fastlane?
I'm sure she will.
Well, Asuka defend her title at Fastlane. Will she even still be a champion by that time?
Where is Asuka?
Exactly.
That's fucking terrible, man. Hey, listen, let's play a donation or two before we get back to this talk here.
Pour me a beer. You've got a new subscriber.
That's Nature Boy Creep subscribing to the channel. What's up, Nature Boy Creep? Woo! Welcome.
That's a great name.
Yeah, that is a weird name. Look at Charlotte's big rack. God damn, is it huge. That crowd did suck. We've been talking crowd all night. Just sucks.
I
Are Bailey's boobs real?
Bailey's boobs. Yeah, I think they are, man. She's going to get homely real quick, though. Not to be...
My mother goes, is that a face tattoo? With the stars on her face?
Oh,
she
God.
asked me. She messaged me, and I'm like, I hope not.
Joe, thanks for taking my call. All in all, Raw was a decent show. Believe it or not, I think that Bobby Lashley had the best performance of the night. It was the best he looked since he came back to WWE. But the crowd was as dry as a day-old Popeye's biscuit.
Hey, listen, TJ, thanks, man. Now, I don't agree with you that Bobby was the best thing all night, but what I will say to you is I saw people saying that it would be good if he wasn't there. I thought he added something because they were all different type of wrestlers. So I did enjoy Bobby.
He was really convincing, too, and looking frustrated.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah.
Here comes the money! Justin Ryan!
Joe, do you think it's a cop-out for China to be going into the Hall of Fame but under the pretense of being under the DX shadow? I can just see it being all about Triple H and Shawn Michaels and just a sliver of mention about China.
Yeah, Justin Ryan, I mean, thank you for the $13. I think it's a little bit of a cop-out, and I would say that it was something they were going to do anyway, probably without her, but they felt like they had to include her, so they did. So they're doing it less to put China in, but keep it hidden, and more to do DX, but we got to kind of mention China.
Super Jet.
That's how I feel.
That was the best impression of HHH I've heard. Thumbs up.
Wow, Gotham Guy. Thank you for that. $2. Man, that was a while ago. I don't remember when I was doing the Triple H thing. I've never tried to do Triple H that well.
You were doing it
Why
earlier
do you
tonight.
care
It was
about the
pretty
crowd? Quit judging them. If they want to cheer, not cheer, or respectfully watch, they have the right to do that. Worry about the in-ring action and ignore the fans. The crowd doesn't have to like who you like.
CJ Crum, that's where you're wrong. They didn't like anything. They didn't like anything. They sucked. That's why everyone's saying they suck. We're not saying they sucked because you didn't like our NXT people, so you suck, crowd. No, they just were dead. They just were terrible. And the crowd means a lot in wrestling.
They didn't
the
even
crowd
like
is dead.
Sasha and Bailey, who are usually like a given ovation.
Yeah, nobody. There's a few people.
Not gonna lie, there was a moment when the Revival cut a promo backstage with those jackets and those belts. Call me crazy, but they looked badass. They are low-key an awesome tag team. Too bad Vince has a chokehold on wrestling nowadays. Hi Jacob RP.
Hey, Jacob, thanks, man. Good to hear from you, man. Thanks for the $5.
Yeah,
Coming a $5 shit bum.
No, chiming in.
They did look legit because they are legit, especially in NXT. If you saw them in NXT with the tag belts and how they ran that division, when they were the champions there, it was epic. When Sasha was the champion there, she was epic. It's people look like champions in NXT, not in WWE main roster. And by the way, we're caught up on donations. Jacob, thank you, man. Thank you guys for donating tonight and keeping the shit going. What's next on the table, boys? While I drink my drink and act like a psycho.
One more thing. If you want to talk about the crowd, I can sit this can of Pringles in the middle of the ring and it would get no reaction.
Yeah, you could have done anything, dude. I mean,
once you pop, you can't stop.
I mean, like that was like Saudi Arabia. Like they were only gonna cheer for John Cena versus Triple H.
And even that, the ringside people on the couches didn't cheer.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't really cheer Triple H much. He said some stuff, and he was like, "The most epic thing ever," and then people were just like, "Oh."
He was more acting like the boss tonight, though.
Yeah, it almost felt like Vince gave him the keys tonight or something.
It seems like they were still, I guess, giving that idea of like what he's going to do when Vince does the XFL thing.
I mean, maybe, but it was a horrible. But they immediately should have been in the back thinking, well, this doesn't matter because, dude, we're in Bumblefuck, Louisiana, where, I mean, like TJ said it best. He's from there. TJ called earlier and said, listen, man, these people are all backwoods, and I get it. That's exactly what it was tonight. You could clearly tell most of those people were like, some of those people probably were like wrestling fans from like years ago who just showed up.
It seemed that way.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, what is this?
And I'm also getting tired of WWE saying this is the first ever women's tag team titles. I'm like, fuck off. Show some respect to the Jumping Bomb Angels, you pussy bag.
Yeah, really.
They don't care.
They don't acknowledge any previous lineage or
like Sasha and was it Becky it was actually Becky who won these titles. First of all, and she is getting the main event at WrestleMania. How fucked up is that? But she's actually the one who actually mentioned the Jumping Bomb Angels when she talked about these titles.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Well, that was WWF, Misfit.
Yeah, really, that's the thing, And
I mean,
I looked it up. It was WWF because they actually defended the titles on the very first Royal Rumble pay-per-view.
Oh shit! Really, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're right, but I think they just figure that everything else that happened under WWF is canon, but apparently this thing is not canon.
It had to deal with the women, so it doesn't count.
Now, what did they call them? The WWF tag team titles at the Royal Rumble, or did they call them something else?
They did. They were listed as. I looked up yesterday before the pay-per-view went on. It is listed as WWF women's tag team titles.
I always thought, and I'm not joking, I always thought that they were champions from another federation, but they were defending them in the WWF, and that's honestly what I had thought. That's why I'd never brought it up before, but wow, if that's the case, I was wrong. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Jake,
really.
what else you got, man?
What's that?
Anything else you got, Jake, that you want to talk about?
I really enjoyed Dean Ambrose. Him slapping McIntyre made me laugh.
It was funny.
It would just caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting it. I actually, the belly chuckle there. I liked their interaction, and McIntyre looking so damn fierce, saying, change the match.
Triple H was funny, too.
Change
being like,
the match.
Sure you want Steph? You still want Seth? Or... That was really funny. Triple H was funny.
Yeah. And,
that shit was funny.
It's a good thing Dean got his win back last week, because now, like I said, he's on his way out tour, and him being a lunatic was entertaining. I'm curious to see what happens at Mania for a lot of these people, but I mean that was Raw as a whole. I'm sticking with the 6. I could even say like 6.5. The wrestling was really, really solid. Unfortunately, for everything not involving NXT, there were still so many plot holes and things that were just a bit not so well received. I'm not talking about crowd reaction either, but just from a logic standpoint, why Ruby Riott gets another title shot, why Lio Rush is helping, Bobby Lashley, just things like that. Braun with the tables match, just a lot of it was baffling and just not well thought out. I think their main goal tonight was, hey, look, we got our new shiny toys. Let's play with these. Everything else is an afterthought. I'm just genuinely worried. Like I said, if these guys are permanent call-ups, and this is the case, they're going to pull double duty, then, I hope it doesn't get to the point like it usually does where they're just not focused on after another week and everything becomes about, Braun and Seth again, and these guys fall to the wayside, but it certainly could happen.
What's the rating going to be?
With Seth.
I'm wondering what the rating is going to be.
Yeah,
we're a night after a pay-per-view, but it's not the Rumble. So you would think the rating will be lower than the Royal Rumble night. But if the rating is more consistent, I almost wonder if they're looking for a consistency in the rating. Did people stick around to see the NXT guys debut? I think the rating is...
Plus they sold Ronda as the main event.
Yeah, and I mean, that's here or there, I think, but...
Sometimes that works. When it's a title match, people tend to stay, but...
I think the rating will be more consistent tonight. A lower one than the Rumble night after Rumble, obviously, but... obviously a decent rating because it is after a Elimination Chamber, but more consistent. And if they get that consistent number, they might be like, oh, that was good job. Or maybe this is all bullshit.
It was worth it.
Maybe they just were like, we scrapped everything, fuck it, NXT guys.
Yeah.
We don't know what to do.
Exactly.
Now, is there a match of the night?
I think the Ricochet match, might have been the match of the night to me.
I don't know. I quite enjoyed the DIY revival match a little bit more.
It was the way that Bobby Lashley, he really did, and I'm not a Lashley fan most often, he added and complimented that match very nicely. Like I said before, he looked frustrated. He looked surprised that Ricochet was able to get in this type of offense and, surpass his strength and dominating moveset. He just sold really well, and Lio Rush obviously is really, really competent and good on his feet. He's quick too, so a lot of the sequences were well put together.
Here's the other thing I can say. First of all, I thought Revival's match was going to be the match of the night. That's what I thought. I will say that at the end, in the middle of it, I had to go do something. I missed some of it. So it is possible that was the best match. I don't know. But from what I saw tonight, I did like Lio Rush. I did like Ricochet's the most for some reason. But I expected Revival and DIY or whatever to be the match of the night.
Like when I found out, then they announced it. There was a lot of people marked out when they announced that they were going to do DIY versus the Revival on Raw. And I'm like, this match might actually wake up people. I was wrong.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, and I thought the Ricochet one. Well, I'm like, well, and they say Ricochet, and they kind of did.
I thought Aleister Black's entrance would have done something. He didn't do anything.
No, they just stared like, what's going on? They weren't They weren't really. They were just terrible people. Fuck that audience, dude.
Now, when he did the his classic fake, I guess, suicide dive, jumping up and then landing back in the ring, they kind of, I guess, came alive for that a little bit.
Yeah, they're a little bit all right. I mean, and sometimes I could see them reacting more, but I didn't hear them. But it really just goes back to how bad that crowd, the crowd really was, man. It was just so bad.
Now, out of those four, I think the one that most likely is coming up out of those four is Aleister Black, because he's like done completely, and then there's like nothing left for him to do.
Yeah, Aleister Black. I mean, what else is he doing? So I gotta believe he's definitely up. The other guys are champions, though. Like, what are they gonna do with that?
I think, depending on what ending they choose tomorrow for the North American title match, because we still have no idea.
Yeah, we don't know what they did because they filmed too.
I still think Gargano's beating Ciampa at TakeOver, and Ciampa's coming up. Other than that, I don't know.
It is interesting nonetheless, and the way Ricochet said, this isn't the last you've seen of me on Raw. So, that alone lets it pretty much known that this wasn't a permanent thing, but you'll see them again soon. And I also want to say, too, that, everything that happened with Heyman tonight, even that was just not, the video package was good. The production team always does a great job of those things, but we've seen and heard this promo so many times. It's not a prediction or a spoiler. It's the end of the story for Seth Rollins and all of Brock's accomplishments and everybody he's torn through and defeated. Does anyone care anymore?
No. Where is Seth?
We saw Seth backstage briefly, and that's when him and Dean had that little interaction, but that was it. He's still nursing his injuries. So
I actually thought the one thing I did like about Heyman was that little interaction between Braun. I actually fucking thought that was hilarious.
It's kind of funny.
We was fixing to like choke him or something.
Yeah, it was okay, but yeah, it was. Just
you can go now. Are you hurting me? That was great.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, let me. There's really nothing else after that I could say about this Raw. To me, it was.
Yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. But I mean, we're also hearing that Michael Cole is preparing for an exit from commentary. So
again, this is the third time they've said this.
Yeah, Meltzer was talking about it, and it's like, we've heard this a few times before where he wanted to take more of a backstage role initially, then we heard it again. Now he said, not that long from now. That's why they're hiring so many announcers. Tom Phillips will probably get the job, so then people, I don't want to say they'll wish for Michael Cole, but they probably wouldn't like Tom Phillips in that spot either. I'm not so sure. We'll see, but
I don't know.
The only voice that could probably bring life back into that, even though I don't want him on that show, is Mauro Ranallo.
Yeah, he really is the only guy. I mean, here I am, WWE. No, I'm just kidding. No, Mauro Ranallo really should be the guy, but again, they just don't fit with Vince's.
I'd rather have him just stay in NXT. He's doing better, and Triple H is letting Mauro be Mauro in NXT, which is great.
Yeah, you're getting the most out of him there.
That's because he's not really, Vince isn't really involved much in NXT from what we know. So
right. Yeah, you're getting the most out of him. Like, he's reaching his maximum potential there. Whereas if he came to the main roster, you're getting like a 8 out of 10 version of him, and it's like, I know.
My
he's
question
better.
is, if they do put Phillips on Raw, who's going to replace Phillips on SmackDown?
Probably that douchebag idiot.
Vic Joseph.
Yeah, Vic Joseph.
I mean, I don't have a problem with him.
I don't like him. I hate that guy. That guy took my job, so I don't like him. I'll be honest. I don't like him because he took my job. But you know what? I also just think he's bland again. I think he's boring. He's a tall, good-looking Vic Joseph. It's like, yeah, great. Another one of you robots. So I'm not into Vic Joseph.
Nigel replaces Corey Graves. Let's have that happen.
I love Nigel, though. He might have broken his arm off. Oh, Maura, you can see by the agony on his face, something definitely has gone wrong in his shoulder. Whether it's separated or tore something, clearly it's not functioning the proper way. Unbelievable drop kick! I love the two guys. Those guys together, love it.
That's almost like Bret Hart calling a match. I'm not gonna lie, that's what that sounded like.
Bret Hart.
Yeah, Bret Hart calling a match. Well, you know,
Bret Hart calling a match would have been like, yeah, he would have been like, well, you know, he's gonna go to the top rope there. Man, you know, back in the day, I probably would have thrown him into the corner there, and I would have. He snapped his neck off. And then,
oh my God, that'd be great. I would pay money to hear that.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, if you had Bret Hart like all hopped up on speed, not like quiet Hart where he's like on the. Well, I probably would have put him in the corner. I probably would have no. I want that Bret. I want like crazy animated Bret Hart. You know,
crazy animated Bret Hart.
Yeah, I want him going.
Yeah, all hyped up and.
That'd be amazing.
I think he may have peed himself. There's something dripping from underneath his tights, and I think it's his own urine.
What the fuck?
I don't know, man.
Seth Rollins is single now as well.
Oh
2 days
God.
after Valentine's Day, the poor bastard.
Whoops.
They break up 2 days after Valentine's Day. Like, that's not intentional. Cashing in.
At least his wasn't as bad as the fucking things with Corey Graves. Okay.
Yeah, and like you had reported earlier, Joe, you know, more of that's coming to light, and it just it's not as insidious as we had first heard. So him and his wife have been separated for quite some time. We're hearing, and apparently Leo Rush has a lot of backstage heat.
Again?
What do you do now?
Somebody from Cassidy Haynes reports that one source told him that he's not somebody I plan or would want to be associated with at all. And then there's another report that came out that said Leo Rush reportedly has backstage heat in WWE. It appears Leo Rush is done with Bobby Lashley. I can tell you behind the scenes, there were not a lot of people surprised at that, and not a lot of people surprised that Leo took the pin. He has a reputation for rubbing people the wrong way, including other workers.
People keep saying he's douchey back. Like he's kind of a douche, like Enzo.
Yeah. They said whether that was being held against him and that was part of the reason for him losing. They're just saying that he was a bit of an ass backstage.
No, it just makes sense that none of that matters.
Yeah.
Of course Leo took the pin. Why would you have Bobby Lashley take the pin? That doesn't matter at all.
No. So that's just shit reporting, but still, I've heard it multiple times that he is outspoken and a little hard to handle. So
yeah,
it definitely sounds like an Enzo.
Yeah, we've heard that. I mean, when he got into trouble for that tweet back whenever he got
not ready for
well, that's why
the Emma thing
with Emma. Yeah,
well, that's why we couldn't believe that he got called up to do this, because we were like, man, he went from like. We thought he took a major step back with the shit he was talking, and then he got promoted out of nowhere, it seemed like.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. And last little report here is that Rousey's now 15-0 in singles competition.
Wow.
She's taken one loss during her tag match when Bayley and Sasha Banks, when Natalya tapped out a few weeks ago, but she's undefeated in one-on-one matches. She defeated Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss, Ruby Riott.
What about all those house shows?
Morgan, Sarah Morgan, Natalya. Yeah, I don't know if that's counting house shows.
Sometimes they count those, sometimes they don't.
Yeah. But it's interesting, you figure that she's 15-0 at this point, so.
Well, is she the Undertaker now?
It certainly seems like she'll lose at Mania in the triple threat, but she won't be the one pinned.
Right. It should be like Asuka when she lost her first match. It was like a triple threat or whatever, wasn't it? It was like
a one-on-one match.
Was it? Was it Charlotte?
Yeah, Charlotte tapped her out at Mania.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying before that in NXT when she lost, that was a battle royal she lost.
Oh,
right?
It was a Rumble. Okay, so that didn't matter. Yeah,
Rumble,
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah, Rumbles don't matter.
Yeah, because you didn't lose, you just didn't win.
Yeah, exactly. It's a funny way to work that out.
I get you. I'm still sick, so I'm like having my eyes are watering all over myself right now.
I apologize before. I'm meshing words together tonight, but I'm all fucked up. It's been a rough day, so I do apologize for not sounding coherent at times. But
well, it's Monday.
Still better than
so,
Tommy on commentary. So
look at my eyes, dude. Right now, look at this. Look at these things.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I'm all fucked. I'm having like trouble seeing right now from the sickness.
By the way, I wanted to know how good do I sound? Because I gotten a new mic today.
You sound pretty good, yeah. You sound pretty
yeah,
good.
I went and got the
noticeably
blue
better,
snowball.
a lot clearer. What kind of mic
I went
is
and
it?
got the blue snowball today. It was
Oh
good.
God, man, what have I told you about those? Never get the blue snowball, and you went and got it.
No, I got the ice, dude.
Fucking ice, snowball, fucking freezer. What the fuck? You sound good though.
I mean, it's better. It's better than my other
It's
mic.
noticeably better.
You do sound better though. It does sound better. That's true.
Yeah, you wouldn't think, all of it matters, but you look and listen to older reviews and how high pitched I sound. It's just because of the headset.
Did you have
had
another
no
Skype
bass
account
and
made?
treble, you know?
What?
Didn't you have another Skype account made for Montage this the other night?
Yeah, I'm actually on it right now. You called in
Yeah,
on my
I
old
was
one.
trying to ask which one should I call in because I didn't want to call in the wrong one.
I would call in the new one because it's like Daniel something because...
Yeah, I did add you on that one.
Good, yeah. Because I take calls on the cell phone under the phone number. And phone
Yeah,
number.
because I'm... Yeah,
see, I wasn't sure.
Sound like you're on a cell phone. That's why I was asking. So
I got you, man. Well, Matt, I'll let you go, man. I'll take a couple more calls. And
I'll call in the new Skype tomorrow during SmackDown. Hopefully it doesn't suck. New Orleans, you better fucking wake the fuck up and tell Lafayette to fucking die.
Tell Lafayette to go fuck itself.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to let you guys go and have a good night. Try to not kill each other tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Because of this fucking garbage show.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
No, it's 6.5. It was an okay show. I'm not going to go that far with that.
No, the crowd did ruin a lot of shit. I will say that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Where's SmackDown tomorrow night? Do you know that? Because that's
in New Orleans tomorrow. So.
Oh, okay. Well, it'll be a little better there.
It'll definitely be better. Night and day difference.
I don't. Yeah.
They could do it at a Walmart, and I think it would be much better at this point. So.
God damn it, man! My fucking face is melting right now. Right as, oh God. Like I'm really like just a mess right now. I'm so itchy right now. All of a sudden, it keeps going, and then it will go away, and then it will come back and go away. It's just all over the place.
Yeah, everybody's been dealing with it constantly.
Super chat. Tag. Cold Dean weird segment. Elias buried.
Elias is always kind of buried. Yeah. Tag. Diverse. Thanks for the donation, man. Yeah, it's always tag. They gotta say tag
Super
now
chat.
every time.
Super chat. Imagine Tommy as a WWE commentary.
That would be very interesting.
Imagine how many times they'd have to correct everything he says every second.
I remember when Stone Cold and Hulk Hogan faced off against the Big Show and Macho Man Randy Savage and The Undertaker. It was great. Just all right, Tommy.
You know, the one thing about Stone Cold that was always sad was how he never won the title. You know, he really should have. Tommy, what are you talking about?
I'm just really upset that Daniel Bryan, lost the belt. Tommy, he won.
And then Tommy would be like, "Well, I meant the Universal title." Yeah, but they didn't even have that then. Well, that's what I'm saying. What are you talking about?
Nia Jax should have won.
Oh God,
she should have won the men's rumble.
No, Jake, why don't you get out of here, man, and go to bed?
Yeah, I appreciate it. I will see you tomorrow night for SmackDown. Hopefully, everybody's feeling better. We'll get some gaming in.
Yeah, I think tomorrow night we'll get some games in. I think I'm gonna hang out though for a few with you guys and see if my face heals up here a little bit and get back to something with you. But we'll see how I feel. I'm trying to. Shit, man, I'm fucked up right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like fucked the fuck up right now.
The imitation crayon is not kicking your ass.
Oh my God, I don't know what I need to do.
Feel better, chat, stay sexy, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Everybody have a good night, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, Jake. Good night, man. Sayonara to Jake DeMarco, who needs sleep. Somebody said earlier, yeah, I gotta find your clips of you in that band, Joe. I've got clips of me in that band somewhere, singing as a singer. Although I was more likely screaming. It was more screaming than anything. But I posted that funny clip of me playing the drums the other day with the Roland V drums. Man, those drums are great. You seen these things? These drums, let me tell you something. If you guys can get on eBay, I found these a while back. I found these on eBay. I found these for like $400 or whatever it was. Like, you can actually find these right now for $400, these drums. You guys on Twitter have seen this. I'm dying right now. Check these things out. These were $400 on eBay recently. It's like, dude, if you can pick these up, they sound pretty good. You can hear how they sound. They sound decent. It's amazing. Listen to these things. Like, these are pretty goddamn good, man. They're like, for $400, like a cheap drum set, $400. Like, that ain't bad. That is not bad. Oh my god, dude, I am fucked up right now. I will be right back, guys, in just a but I really need to wipe my face off. Randy Orton, they would have cheered. Super chat. That was about it.
Show 7 tenths crowd minus 1,000 tenths. Absolutely pathetic crowd.
Pathetic crowd. What a horrible decision. Gooner Chiefs fan, thanks, man. I almost think Vince is trolling all of us, guys. I think Vince McMahon wants to kill NXT. I'm convinced of it now. I'm convinced he said, go ahead, Triple H. Let's have your guys debut soon. Oh, when are we going to debut them, Vince? You know, Chicago, Boston, New York, Florida, L.A., like in California. You know, where do we want to debut these guys? Oh, you know, let's do it in Bumblefuck, Louisiana, where everybody fucks their mother if she makes them jambalaya. Okay? Yeah, mommy, make us some jambalaya or jambalaya. I don't know how the fuck they say it. I hope these people go home and their houses are on fire. You suck. If you went to this show tonight, go fuck yourself. Fuck you and fuck everyone who was in the front row, the back row, the fucking balcony, the whole fucking place. You should be embarrassed. Why'd you even go to a wrestling show? You suck, dick. You entire fucking crowd of cocksuckers. You all swallow cum. If you're a guy, you swallow cum. And if you're a female in the audience, you scissor your best friend behind your husband's back, and your kids aren't really yours. All right? Your kids aren't yours. They're your neighbors or something. I hope everybody in that crowd tonight is walking home and a Cajun cocksucker eats out their assholes. All right? I hope a fucking vampire is crossing you on the street tonight as you're getting back to your cars with your family. And this fucking vampire just fucking bites your throat and sucks all the blood out of you and then goes home and spits it into his girlfriend's cunt. Okay? Fuck you, you piece of shit crowd. You assholes. Seriously. You suck. You suck the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man's asshole from the 2016 piece of shit reboot Ghostbusters that failed because it was full of angry lesbians. I hate you. I hate you, Louisiana, wherever the fuck you were tonight. Wherever you're in Louisiana they were. I know they weren't in the main area of Louisiana. They were outskirts or something. Listen, you people should be dead. You know, the whole arena should have blown up. Triple H himself should have come out after Raw ended and smacked the shit out of every single person in the crowd. You couldn't have been more boring, you pieces of shit. Now, let me just bring this up to you. Vince McMahon, you old idiot piece of shit. So, Vince, you know your audience. You know that the weirder you go in Bumblefuck, Tennessee, or in Bumblefuck, Nevada, or in Bumblefuck, Louisiana, you know, Vince McMahon, that you're going to get more casuals who are like, oh my God, something's coming to our town other than me fucking my sister? Oh my God, there ain't nothing ever come here. WWE's TV won't go to the show. They're giving away tickets for free. Hot name of James Bet the Jambalaya. Oh my God, they're coming to Louisiana. You know, do you understand, WWE, that better than Bumblefuck Louisiana, where you were tonight, better than Bumblefuck Jambalaya, Louisiana, would have been next week's show in Atlanta, WCW territory, where they might have been cheering for old school wrestling, maybe, but I still wouldn't have debuted. I would not have debuted those NXT stars in fucking Atlanta. I wouldn't. But it still would have been massively better than tonight in fucking Louisiana bumblefuck world. However, do you want to know when I would debut those NXT stars? How about on March 4th, in 2 weeks, Philadelphia? Maybe Philadelphia would have been the right place to debut these guys instead of making it retarded. Aleister Black says something, the crowd's dead. Triple H said something, the crowd was dead. Everybody said something, the crowd was dead. They couldn't even cheer for Elias. They couldn't cheer for anybody except Becky, kind of. Wow. You are WWE is out of touch and retarded. I can finally say it. No. You are retarded. Unless you just don't want to write stuff. You're like, you know what? I can't really think of where to go. Can't really think of what to do tonight, so let's just call up all the NXT stars. Let's try them out. Let's see what they can do. Let's see what they can do out there. Let's just throw them out there, and we'll see what they can do. And Triple H goes, we know, Vince, it might not be the best idea because we're in bumblefuck Louisiana. That's typically a casual crowd, Vince. You know, a better idea would be to wait maybe a week, do it in Atlanta, or do it in Philly or Pittsburgh. Hell, Vince, Chicago's coming up too. You know, I think we could take a poll right now. Where would be the best place to debut NXT stars? Would it be bumblefuck Louisiana, where a bunch of kids are going to wish Cena's there? I bet you kids in the crowd tonight were hoping Cena was there. They don't fucking know. You had Atlanta, Philly, Pittsburgh, Chicago! Atlanta, Philly, Pittsburgh, Chicago! But no, you decided to create a show. And by the way, this is also not fair to those dumb casuals. Those dumb casuals cheered the loudest tonight for Braun Strowman because they are casuals. They are the ones that you want to go, bruh! This is the crowd that would have cheered for Roman Reigns 100%. This crowd tonight would have 100% cheered for Reigns. All the 80% of the time when the WWE goes somewhere and Reigns was booed 60 to 70% of the crowd would have been everywhere else. But tonight, that was one of those crowds that would have almost all cheered for Reigns. And I'm talking about pre-cancer. Okay? But the crowd was cancer. So you tell me that Vince McMahon doesn't know any better, that Vince is in the back, and somehow Vince McMahon doesn't know that debuting these NXT stars tonight would be a butt-fuck of a dud, and that debuting them next week in Atlanta would have been better, and debuting them the next week after that in Philly would have been really good, and debuting them in Pittsburgh would have been good, and debuting them in Chicago would have been fucking epic. But no! You debuted them in bumblefuck Louisiana. I think I've made my point at this point. There is nothing else to say, but you always get it wrong. You always get it wrong. And by the way, there are some great fans in Nolens. There are. But not in that area. The WrestleMania 30 crowds, the other parts of Louisiana, fine. But I'm being told by my Louisiana friends that this place sucks. That this area sucks. Vince is out of his goddamn mind. I mean, dude, and listen, people are going to sit there and they're going to say to people like me and to you guys in the chat, and I do see the donations coming in. I'm going to play them in a minute. I have Jake DeMarco here. We're going to talk about Raw. I know people are going to say, oh, you're so ungrateful. They debuted the NXT guys. Yeah, at the wrong time. This would be like if a Hall of Famer is coming back to a basketball team or a baseball team or a football team. A Hall of Famer. Think of your area's biggest Hall of Famer. Think of like Peyton Manning in Indianapolis. Think of John Elway in Denver. Think of Joe Namath in New York. Think about Tom Brady in Boston, David Ortiz here, Derek Jeter in New York, whatever the sports figure is. And let's say they've been gone for a long time. Would you bring them back to announce them in the middle of halftime of a football game? No. You wouldn't. You know why? Because half the crowd is taking a shit. Half the crowd is getting a hot dog. Half the crowd is pissing somewhere. So you're going to get a marginal reaction for the mega superstar coming back. So no, you want them to come out during the anthem, right before the game starts. That way almost everybody's in their seat. They're all hyped, and there's lots of noise. Now, if you marched out fucking Peyton Manning or Derek Jeter, whoever, at the half of a football game to pay homage to that sports figure, and half the crowd was there, and half the crowd was like, oh yeah, but it wasn't that good, would you say, wow, I guess Derek Jeter, man, he just doesn't quite do it anymore, These people don't really care that much. No, you made a dumb decision. You timed it wrong. And right now, in 2018, 2019, and in 2017 as well, Vince McMahon and the people backstage are the kings of timing things wrong, of giving us something we want at the wrong time or too late. I looked at the schedule, and when I saw earlier today that the NXT superstars were going to be showing up, I said, where are they? Where are they tonight? I hope they're somewhere good. And I saw Louisiana, and I didn't recognize the name of this fucking arena. And I said, oh my God, this is probably going to be dead tonight. It's probably going to be dead. And guess what it was? I knew. You, not only did you did a disservice to, listen, I did kind of enjoy Raw. So this is just me going off. And I also want to say that I also feel bad for those casuals. The casuals there don't know who these people are. Can you imagine if you're a casual and you're like a fan of, oh yeah, I've always loved Cena and The Rock, and I like the new Braun Strowman guy, and I love The Shield and shit like that, and you're a casual and you went to that show tonight, you don't know who the fuck Aleister Black is. You don't know who Ricochet really is for the most part. You don't know who Johnny Gargano and Ciampa are. Look like fucking statues to you. You don't know. You're looking for Cena and The Rock and all this stuff, and you get that. You don't know what's going on. That's why only Ricochet was able to win them over, because he does the craziest shit, so you can identify with that. Plus, he was in there with Balor. But my God, talk about a misstep as far as that crowd, and a disservice to that crowd tonight. And that crowd sucked, though. I hate you. I hate Louisiana now. I'm sorry. Fuck you, Saints. Now I don't care. Now I'm glad the Saints got fucked. Fuck you, Saints. That's why you lost. You fuck. We won the Super Bowl. Go Patriots. 6 rings, motherfucker. Come get some. No, you wouldn't have done any better. You wouldn't have done any better, Drew Brees, because if you could have done better, you would have done better. You wouldn't have come down to one play. It wouldn't have come down to one play if you were that damn good. If you were that much better than the Patriots, Louisiana, the New Orleans Saints, if you were that much better than the Patriots, if you were that much better than the Rams, it wouldn't have come down to that stupid play where there wasn't a penalty. You would have grabbed that shit and you would have said, fuck your penalties, because it's 30-7. Now, you couldn't do that, though, could you? You fucks. You suck. You suck. You suck. Anyway, let's play a fucking donation, and then we'll bring Jake on. God damn it. Oh, my God. Look at Leah. She's got that ice cream cone. Oh, my God. JK Sin, what's up, man? Thanks for subbing. My puppy wanted me, and I'm still messed up in the eyes. I was trying to fix my eyes, and my puppy wanted to hang out. Look at my puppy. My puppy. Want to say hi to everybody? Say hi. Say hi, my puppy. Say hi, puppy. Hi, everybody. Say hi. You're so black. You are so black. Can't even see you. You're so black. You are so black. We can't see you on the camera because you're so black. You're so black. It's okay. WWE should stop running shows. They need to stop running shows in that Louisiana. Never go back to Lafayette again. Let me play the donations again.
Give me a hell yeah!
Oh, yeah.
You wanna know how you know that not one main roster employee watches NXT? When Aleister Black does his fake dive and then sit in the middle of the ring, the cameraman got faked out by it. How can you miss that?
I saw that. Dick has herpes. Thank you, Dick has herpes. What's up, Dick has herpes? Yeah, dude, the cameraman was like going this way, and he was like, oh, fuck, I gotta go back. That was really funny. What's up, man? Yeah, Melly likes her. Melly's nice to her.
Pour me a beer.
Melly's nice to
Got
her.
a new subscriber.
DJ Sage and Chai, thank you for subbing to the channel. What's up, man? Appreciate that. How you doing? Yeah, I think I am gonna get out of here only because like I'm dying, man. I was gonna hang out. You know, I'm just holy hell, I'm beaten up. I don't know, but I might stay. I might figure it out. We'll have to figure it out, man. I don't know. You want to see everybody? Nobody can see you. You're hiding. Everybody likes a puppy. Everybody wants to see a puppy. Show everybody. Say, it's me, the puppy. It's me, I'm a puppy. I'm a puppy. Look at her hiding. Are you hiding? Say, it's me, I'm a puppy. You are tired. You just wanted to cuddle. She was whining at me to cuddle with her. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go cuddle with her. She just wants to sleep, but she wants to cuddle. Tomorrow night after SmackDown, yeah, I think I will be playing games. My 3 kids are all sleeping, man. I mean, he's like, where are your kids? What are you talking about? You know?
Pour me a beer.
I might play Diablo. Jared Roger, thanks, man. Thanks for subbing to the channel. What's up, Jared? You want to go hang out, puppy? You want to walk around the room and see what's up? Here you go. I'll go walk around. There you go. Go check it out. Just don't eat anything. And don't pee on my floor. Somebody said...
Super chat. Super chat.
Thank God no Tommy, he hates all things black.
Oh, God, yeah, he'd be here hating on him. Come here, puppy. Come here, puppy. Let's go play. There's that bright light. I can see you in the bright light. Oh, it's too bright. It's too bright for me. It's too bright for me. Yeah. Yeah. Who wants to see it? Who wants to see Blackula? Who wants to see Blackula? Oh, yeah. It's going to be America's next top pud chaser. Yeah, she's getting big now, man. She's getting big. Fade to Black, thanks for the $2, man. What's up? You know what? The light doesn't really give off that good heat because it's you know, it's LED. Let me find out what's up. As I orgasm in the night, I'll hold you down. Yeah, you know, I slept a lot, Denise. You know, everybody worried about that. I mean, I slept most of the day today. You know what happened to me is, I don't know why, but Finn punched me in the face this morning. I was sleeping in bed, and he came into our bed last night, and he punched me in the face, and he didn't laugh or anything, so he did it by accident. But then he did it a second time, like he flailed, and it hit me right in the eye. And I got this major headache. My eye was all jacked up. It was crazy, man. I'll play a little bit of, I don't know, Diablo or something. Maybe I'll play Madden. I don't know. Yeah, dude, I'm all fucked up right now. My face is leaking. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna get out of here, guys, because I don't feel right. I'm just so jacked up right now. Look at my eyes, dude. They're red. This ain't normal. I blow my nose a ton, man. It just keeps coming. I mean, I was in bed last week. Chlorotabs. Anybody think weed would help? I got some weed here. I wish I had coke, Ed. You know, I wish I had that. If I snorted your mother's pussy, I'd have some coke, but I don't know. I don't know where she is. Could be the lights. Yeah, the bright lights are not helping. That is true. It does trigger it. Dude, I've been bed resting daily, man. I woke up today at 4. God damn. You think the weed would help? NyQuil, yeah, I know. Oh, all right, I'll be right back. I'm just going to bring the dog back upstairs, and then I'm going to try, man. I don't have any NyQuil right now. I'm drinking like crazy, though. I'm thinking about getting hammered. Maybe that will help. You think getting hammered would help? They all think I wasn't coming back. You thought I wasn't coming back. But I am back. I'm back as hell. I'm back from the dead. I'm back from Infowars.com. We got all kinds of frogs. We got all kinds of people fucking. We got the intergalactic special species blockade coming through. Sorry. Look at my... Oh! I'm just kidding. What's up, guys? How you guys doing? What's up? You can see down there, but you can't see up here. Come on up to me. There you are. Oh, my God. Whoa, wait a minute. Where are you going? Whoa. Like, what is going on, bro? I'm just kidding. Sorry, guys. I've been drinking a little bit. What's up? Sorry, I thought I'd freak you guys out. Make you think something crazy was up. I think I finally stopped sneezing on myself and shit. So that's the good news. Should I smoke, man? People have been saying that. Should I smoke weed? Will that help me? I might do it. I got some. Guess who's black? Yeah. Dude, Ken called his wife. He was telling a story the other day on Corrupted on Patreon. We were talking about getting in fights with our wives, and he was like, makeup sex is the best. And he said something about whatever, and then he was like talking about how he his wife was like, oh, I'm sorry, big dog. I'm sorry, big dog. I'm like, dude, your wife calls you big dog? What the fuck? Or big daddy? Whatever. Dude, I can't imagine Leo being like, all right, big daddy. You know, I think that was like, it's just so fucking hilarious. I don't know. Huh? I mean, I think there was like one time when Leah was like hammered out of her mind. Like she was like drunk as shit. And she called me like daddy or something like that. Like, you know, oh yeah, big daddy or something like that. But it was like, that was like random, and it was like one time ever. And she was like loaded. She didn't even know who she was, you know? But straight up in a regular fight, imagine your wife being like, I'm sorry, big dog. You know, what the fuck? What do I got to do to get her to call me big dog? What do I have to do to get Leah to call me big dog? I could probably tell her to call me that, and she would. If she was, like, loaded, like, if she was, like, destroyed drunk, and she was just fucking obliterated, and I was like, call me Big Daddy right now, and she'd be like, all right, Big Daddy, bang. You know, like, maybe if she was, like, loaded. But there is no way that Leah just, out of nowhere at home, would be like, oh, I'm sorry, Big Daddy. Like, that fucking just won't happen. If Leah was destroyed drunk, she might do it. I got Leah saying Tommy farted on me. Remember that?
Because you farted on my husband. Because you farted on my husband.
Because you farted on my husband. should smoke weed, man. Is that what? No, Diablo is not cross-platform yet. What am I playing with right now? Okay, I got my speed run right now. I got my speed Demon Hunter. I'm just killing time until Leah gets done with her game on WoW, so I can go hang out with Leah. Whoa, Zoe's Secret. Pretty good one. Pretty good Zoe's Secret. What kind of secret you got, Zoe? Oh, you bitch. Probably could have used that belt, actually, now that I think of it, on my other build. Shit. Should have thought of that. Yeah, fuck it. Did I get donations while I was gone, by the way? I hope I did, but I don't think I did. 26 minutes ago. Nope, I didn't. Okay, good. Bad, but okay, good, because I didn't want to miss somebody's donation. If somebody dropped a couple bucks, I didn't want to miss it. And they were probably sitting there like, what the hell? He's not going to read it. Where is he? Remember to hit me up if that ever happens, by the way. It rarely happens, because I'm always reading them usually, but I've donated to people before on YouTube, and I've been like, oh, and they didn't read it, and like then they never even read it ever again, and I was like, what the fuck? I mean, anything $5 or over, if you don't read it, it kind of sucks, right? If you donate $2 and they miss it or whatever, you go, whatever, they missed it, $2, whatever. But if you donate $5 or more and they miss it, it's kind of like, fuck. Especially if it's like $20, you're like, you gotta be kidding me. I fucking gave you $20 and you didn't even say anything? What the fuck? That sucks. That's bullshit. Leah's saying it's really weird, and even drunk she wouldn't say it. I don't think Leah understands that I have her saying that stuff. Like, I know she said it. I've got a couple audio clips of her. One night we were drunk as shit. We were drunk out of our minds. And she was like, record this or something. And I've got her saying some funny shit. No, I'm just kidding. No, I really do. But she's like, I never said anything like that. I'm like, yes, you have. Oh my god, you've said way worse. Maybe that's the thing that's hot about it. Maybe that's what makes it hot. It makes it hot that she doesn't even believe she would have said that. That's how fucking annihilated she was those nights. That's why I'm always like, you gotta drink more. Cause god damn it. She doesn't even remember saying this shit, she says. That's fucking hilarious. I've been lucky with finding primals. Like, I'd been finding like a primal, at least one primal a week with, you know, anywhere from 2 hours to 12 hours of gameplay. So 2 to 12 hours of gameplay, finding one primal was Pretty cool, I guess. Especially since 50% of the time it was a primal that I could use for my character, so that was pretty badass. I hate this map right now. I just want to find a... I mean, it's not the worst at all, but I don't know, I'm just complaining. This map ain't that bad for this. It's actually a pretty good one, really, but I don't know, I just haven't found much, so it's irritating me now. Should have picked up that diamond, but... or a gem, or whatever the fuck. Could have picked it up again. Where is the everybody? What the fuck? Get me out of here now. See, this is like, I want to get out of here. The fuck is everybody, man? Thank God, I'm done with this rift, man. That was forever. Get me the fuck out of here. Can I put the cam on? Oh yeah, my bad. I'm so fucking fucked up. I didn't know if you wanted to see my face because it's so... I'm so jacked up. I got Jameson in my cup, dude. This is crazy. I got the Jameson in the cup. Yo, Twitching with Rage, what's up, man? You guys missed a good show. I thought we had a good Raw review tonight. I had fun, especially the first hour of the show was really good. If you missed the first hour of the review tonight, wow, man, that was the best part. We're just chilling out now. I'm just kind of hanging out. I'm gonna do a greater rift. Oh shit! Let me clear out my shit. I don't want to send shit to my clan. Should I message Leah something weird? I said, hey, hey, hump. Such a fuck. Wiping people out pretty quick here. Oh, I'm on a 78 riff. No wonder. I'm just whooping ass. I'm on my speed farm. I should probably done maybe. Oh shit! Should probably done like an 85. Yeah, whatever though. I'll take a 78. Make it quicker. I am not playing seasonal too, for the people wondering. There's an indicator for that at the top right, but just for the people that don't even know. Give me an open field. Ah, fuck. You see a pylon? Oh, that's something else. Oh, there's one. I should be done with this real quick. Guardian's almost here. Oh, it's over. Ah, I clicked off it. Fuck. Look at all that legendary crap. That's meaningless. What's up, Josh? No, this is Diablo. It's Diablo 3. I'm drinking Jameson. I'm drinking Jameson and Baby Shark. What the fucking Baby Shark? I'm drinking Jameson and Malibu mixed with ginger ale. Fucking weird. This will take care of the cold. Nice. Yeah, maybe. Gross, what the fuck? Ugh. Yuck. That's gross. We probably should end the stream, you know? It's absolutely chaotic. I got like lag on. Either lag or my mouse is broken. Yay, we got a new Paragon level. Yeah. Paragon. Makes me wet when I think about Paragon. I wanna know who's racist. I want them banned. I could take a little time. Joe, is Leah's B-Day coming up? No, it's September. It's back in September. I wanna know what love is. I gotta eat somebody's ass. I wanna know why it smells like bunghole. I better read inside your mom. I can't believe she's a virgin. I think I ate the wrong peanut butter. Ate your mother out, and now she's lesbian. I love lesbians. I love the lesbians so much. They're so much older. I know why they're eating me. I wanna ban them all from my chat. I wanna eat their penis. My voice is broken. Level up that gem. Level that shit up. Man, my voice is really jacked up, bro. My voice is jacked up bad. Leah a Virgo. No, I don't think she is. Leah's something else. Like a Libra or something. What? Yeah, you said that. Oh, you're a Virgo. You're a Virgo? You're a Libra, right? Yeah, Libra. Yeah, she's a Libra. Thank God. I think my ex-girlfriend was a fucking... Shit, what was my ex-girlfriend? Yeah, she was a Virgo. Yeah, my ex-girlfriend was a Virgo. That was fucked up. Sing in the Night by The Weeknd? Oh my God, no way right now? What are you trying to, I mean, if you're trying to laugh, I guess. Dude, you hear my voice right now? I can't get out full sentences sometimes. Like, come on! I can't even do the fucking metal scream. Like, I could probably, like, do Depeche Mode or something. I wanna know what's wrong now! You hear that? It's all fucked up. I can't do that. Oh my God. She's fucking dead! I can do that, kinda. No, my voice is jacked the fuck up. I mean, you're on drugs, dude. Oh my God. My voice is really fucked the fuck up. What's on the window?
It's a thing for
Oh, you're gonna be on camera. Oh. Please save us. What the fuck?
You put it on the window near your front door, so if there's a fire, the firemen see it. So you write like dogs, whatever.
Please save us.
But other than you can write kids.
I just troll them and write "Please save us" and check off all the animals, and then they never find anybody. They probably won't look anyway.
That's not funny.
That's fucked up.
They definitely look for dogs. You've seen like there's a million videos online of firemen like trying to save dogs.
Yeah. Fuck that. You're gonna die. I wouldn't be able to help it either, though. I'd go in and find the dog.
They'll take anything living they find out.
Yeah. I meant like if it was like fucked and you were like, dogs, you here?
I mean, obviously they're gonna prioritize people.
Yeah.
But if they know all the people are out and they're in there, whatever, or they can't find people and they're on their way out and they see a dog, they're gonna take it.
Yeah,
You know?
I get it.
But yeah, it goes on the window. I want to do her chip.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
It's $20, but then it's done for life.
Fuck! $20?
Yeah. But then forever, if anybody steals her or if she runs away, that's the first things vets do now. No, if a dog's brought in.
That means Jared Barron's paying for it tonight. He dropped 17 a couple times. Oh, no, Justin Ryan dropped $20. Justin, you're paying for my dog's chip.
It's wicked good though. She's already got the chip in. No, listen.
Benito in the chat just went, holy shit, I thought you went offline, big dog. Benito, what's up? That's funny as shit.
It's wicked good though because if she's already got the chip. And so if she's ever shows up anywhere, she gets lost, she goes into a vet or a pound, the very first thing they do is scan her. So it doesn't matter if her tag falls off. It's not like, like Melly's gotten loose a couple times and we're like, oh shit, like in that time her tags fell off.
Yeah.
It can never happen. That's it. It's, like it's in there. Like they can scan her. Or if somebody steals her too. If somebody tries to steal our dog, because that's happened in the past to people too.
Yeah.
We can just be like, nope, got proof, and they'll just scan her and see that she's out.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, I'm gonna do it. It's $20, but then that's it for the whole life.
I'm gonna put something hotter on Big Dog.
It's not like a subscription. The more you say that, the worse it gets.
Big Dog, Big Dog. I'm sorry, Big Dog.
Did you cover up? You did.
If you were like slammed, I don't even know. I'd have to.
No, I still wouldn't. You'd say that, and I'd start laughing.
No, if you were slammed.
It's ridiculous.
No, if you were like, I'm talking about.
I don't know that I believe Ken.
Yeah.
I don't know. That seems weird. It also seems weird.
I could ask her.
No, but then they were like having an argument, this wicked bad argument, and then he's like, I'm gonna go bang 21-year-old, blah blah blah, whatever, and she's like, all right, you're right. She doesn't seem like the type of girl to like roll over, you know?
Yeah, but.
She's way stronger than that. I can tell you that. She's way more like.
But that just might be a thing they say. Yeah, but sometimes women and men have like names for each other, like
No, but I'm telling you the other part.
So maybe that's her name for him. But I mean, if you were slammed, you wouldn't say it, but I could get you to say it. So I'm trying to say.
If I said it, it would be literally like wicked sarcastically, just to appease you, so you'd stop asking me to say it.
Okay, I don't think I would ever ask you to say that, but like something like that, yeah, you would say if.
Okay, but I'm saying
you would loaded.
Wicked sarcastically.
No, nope,
if, like,
nope. I swear,
you don't
nope.
pick up on it, but that's the truth.
Don't you? I can prove that you're wrong.
No, you can't.
I can.
No, you can't. You're wrong.
Do you want me to prove you wrong?
No.
When I get off this stream, I'll prove you wrong. I will.
I'm way more stubborn, and I'm way more,
Okay. I'll see you in a few minutes.
I'm way more strong-willed than you are.
That may be what? What the hell does that mean?
That means that I'll outlast you in any battle we have.
Sexual battle? What the fuck?
No, like you trying to get me to say.
But I wasn't getting you. You agreed to it. But you went with it.
There's nobody in the world more stubborn than I am.
But you were hammered, so you said it.
Huh?
But you were hammered, so you did say it.
I didn't say that.
Not that, but something like it.
Then I didn't care about saying it. I'm telling you, I won't say that.
You said something real close to that.
I am so stubborn. I can promise you, I will not say that because I don't want to say that.
You were real hammered. You said something just like it.
If I ever do say anything, like I said, it's super sarcastically, just to.
You weren't saying it sarcastically though. You were like.
I'm not talking about other stuff. I'm talking about that specific saying.
So just big dog. Yeah, no, I would never think to ever say that. I think some of the stuff I'm thinking of is worse than big dog. Hey, where you going? Big Daddy. We're talking about Corrupted from Saturday night. If you didn't hear Corrupted, you don't know what we're talking about. If you didn't hear Corrupted, you got to become a patron. What the fuck are you doing? First of all, I need money to survive. And no, I'm just kidding. First of all, yeah, keep my show going by donating, but you also get 30 hours of bonus content a month. You know that. 500 people in here know that. So get on over to Patreon. If you go to Patreon, you're going to love it. Like, this isn't like a, hope I get some money and you, haha. Like, no, it's like a fucking family over there. Like it's better than Sirius satellite radio. It's better than that shit. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Or download the Patreon app. It's free. And just type in Joe Cronin Show. Become a patron. It's 360 patrons. 360 people. 300 of those people are $5 or more or something like that. It's like people love it. It's a great place. It's very rare that somebody doesn't like it. It's almost fucking crazy. This is so fucking gay. Do you always be a piece of shit? John Bradley, what are you talking about, bro? The review's over. Just sitting here playing games drunk. Why are you in here if this is gay? What does that say about you? You're fucking gay with your dad, loser. Jim Kays is a patron. What's up, Jim? Fucking. It definitely is better than Howard Stern's asshole, yeah. It's better than Howard Stern is now. He just interviews people. He's got good interviews, though. I heard the episode, but I guess I didn't hear the part about Big Dog. Yeah, it was a real small, short part, kind of. Ed's View. You got to go listen to it, though, Ed's View. Go re-listen to it. I don't remember where it is. If I could, yeah, man, I wish I had the timestamp. If I had the timestamp, I would love to tell you where it was, but I just, oh, man, I can't think of it. I can't think of it. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate you supporting the Patreon like you do. I know a lot of people give more than $5 a month just to whatever, and so that's crazy. I don't know. It's pretty fucking cool, man. I don't know. Thank God for Patreon. I don't know what I would have done without it. That saved my life, man. Like, that's, I mean, you guys did, but that did too. You know, it's really close now that I getting this house. Like, it's fucking Jesus. The monthly payments are $2,400. My monthly bills are $4,500. The Patreon doesn't even pay the mortgage yet. It's almost there, but it's close. I say we need another 10 or 15 patrons, and then my mortgage is at least covered. So that's the scary part. But it gets covered with the other stuff. Let's see here. So it worked out pretty good. We got more patrons than JD, for Christ's sake. It's because his... Let's see what this is. I got to get back to doing more on it, though. We'll have a Morning Madness either tomorrow or the next day, and then me and Leah's podcast will be up this week as well, so that will be there for you. We'll have about 3 to 5 things dropping on the Patreon podcast-wise. throughout the week. Jesus. It's got to be a mass delete button, but that would be dangerous if you deleted the wrong thing. But that's, goddamn, was that a lot of work. I'm still trying to get this stone up. Let's just go lower so we can get it up. John Bradley, no problem, man. Thank you. Joe never offended me in his content, but I hate his NHL team. Elias, thanks, man. Yeah, I usually piss off somebody eventually. I feel bad when I do it too, because I'm usually just joking about shit, and someone's like, "Joe, really?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's not a big deal, man. I'm just kidding. I don't really feel that way." I'm kind of a character too. That's why it's listed that way, because it's comedy. You never know sometimes if I'm serious or I'm just joking, you know? That's part of the character thing. It's not like I'm a character. I'm mostly me, but you know, I am a character. It's like sometimes I might say something because it's like, this is funny, so let's say that. But it's like, then someone's like, oh, you know, you're a scumbag or whatever. It's like, is Stone Cold a scumbag because he said some things in movies, you know, that he wouldn't say in real life or wouldn't really believe? It's like, he's an actor, bro. Or he's acting, or Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't really kill anybody. You know, he's acting. People are so fucked up nowadays. I'm like the most opposite person, yeah. You know, like people, like sometimes when people meet me, they're like, geez, you're really like chilled out and calm and like nice and stuff. And I thought you were a psycho. And I'm like, oh yeah, I get that. It's weird. I'm like a very weird person. Sometimes I am. I'm like a psycho. And then other times it's like, oh, fucking I died. God damn it. Man. Ah. When you die, you don't get the extra gem level. For the people wondering why I'm mad. I hate these things that blow up. They always kill you. They affect me all the time. And then fuck this map. I can't believe I died. I literally set this on a lower grade of rift. I set this on a 76 so that I could just mound through it. I don't know what mound through it means, but whatever. Isn't there a pack right here? Oh, here it is. Really? My pack is full. My pack is full. My nutsack is full. My bowls are full. Let's level this gem all the way up like beasts. Joe, don't get the Diablo mobile. It looks horrible. Yeah, no shit, dude. Fuck that. Fuck that. Andrew Barber, what's up? Yeah, you never know what I'm going to say. That's true. You offend my Mexican people, bro. Louis Money, what's up, man? I don't think so. Buenos noches. I don't think I, Fernando, what's up, man? I don't think I offend my Mexican people and the Mexican people and the Hispanic people. I have a large Hispanic following. In fact, some of the donators, a lot of the donators are Hispanic. I get along big time with people from Mexico or people that are just Hispanic in America or Mexican Americans and stuff like that. I don't know why. I think it's the blue collar thing, maybe. I don't know. I'm not really sure. But or just the real, I don't know. I don't 100% know what it is, but just being up front with shit and being goofy, you know, I'm not sure. Oh, wow, this is pretty good. 12 discipline. Wow, this has 12 discipline. Wow, and it's wow. Oh shit, dude, we might have to think about this. This is crazy. This doesn't have resist all though. Wow. Whoa. But yeah, a lot of this. So I don't know. Maybe I offend some of them, but most of them tend to really enjoy the stuff. I don't know what it is, but we connect big time. I don't know what's up with that, but it's true. 12 discipline, man. That would be a little better. That'd be cool. And we can put the resist all on there. Oh shit, dude, we got to do this. I mean, we don't got to do it, but it's better. 634 dex. That's a little bit better, just a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. It's not good unless I put some gems in it and put the big gem in it. Wow. Let's see what else we get. What's the highest roll on that? 130. Okay, so that is a 130. So that's pretty much it for that. Yeah, increase hatred generation. That's pretty cool, but companion damage would be nice if I was running a different deal. I mean, I don't think we're getting any better than that. Well, let's just keep it. That's pretty cool. Let's go create some more jimmies. Fuck. Yeah, I gotta put the shit. I don't want to put that other one. I've been working in on it though. I guess I'll just save it for later, and I'll level that up later if I need to. I'll just put it right there. Just gotta remember it's there. I'm playing Diablo, not Path of Exile. What's up, David Boniface? You're woke, Joe. Wow, I'm woke? That's crazy. I've had, I pronounce a lot of Mexican things very good. Wow. Shit. You trolled me, Lewis. I don't know, man. I butcher a lot of Spanish. I butcher a lot of the Spanish language, but there's some things I can say decently. You know what I mean? Okay, so number one is, you know, I did take 2 years of it, but that was, oh my God, so long ago, I don't even remember. But the other thing is I've got enough friends that speak Spanish and, you know, stuff like that. And,
Pour me a beer.
I don't know, so maybe that's what it is. I don't think I'm that good, though, but I think it's decent sometimes. Sometimes it's decent enough for a gringo, man. Henry Sandman, what's up, Henry? How you doing? Oh, well, I'm yeah, man. We're waiting for her quinceañera to come up, man. We're gonna go see her on her quinceañera, man. We're gonna go start to groom her. We're gonna put her on a tour bus, man, and we're gonna take her to. Oh fuck it, I'm just joking. What's up, everybody? I had a lot of fun tonight. Thank you for hanging out with me, even though I was kind of just boring the last couple hours hanging here. I just thought it'd be kind of fun to hang out for a few. So yeah, Path of Exile is like Diablo if okay, so like Diablo is way more basic. Diablo's easier. Now, Path of Exile was made to copy Diablo. You know, not to copy it, but they made Path of Exile because of Diablo. You know, they really looked at Diablo 2. I'm playing Diablo 3. Diablo 3 is you know, it's not that difficult. You know, it's difficult a little bit for somebody who doesn't play PC games, maybe. But, you know, it's not that difficult. Path of Exile is a mind fuck. You know, there's a lot of shit that you got to do in Path of Exile. Elias, what's up, man? Is that Elias? What's up, man? I love you guys. Now you're trolling you. I'm trolling you now, Lewis, man. That's true. Yo, Joe, how do you think about Smollett paying them dues to attack him? You think he should be in jail? Andrew, I think he should maybe go to jail for a little while. Because, dude, you tried to say that, like, people were racist and attacked you and called you gay. And you know what sucks, too, is all the conspiracy people who came out and said, like, he's a liar, it's all a fake conspiracy. Now they're right again. Alex Jones, everybody of those type, they're all right. I was right. I said it was fake, too. I said, this does not seem right. This does not feel real. Something about this is wrong. And it was. It was wrong. He lied. You just made actual gay people who get attacked and actual, you know, black people or whatever that get attacked or racial stuff happens to them. You just made all that shit. You just spit in the face of all that. Of actual people who get attacked. And white people who get attacked. It happens. It happens a lot. They don't talk about that, though. A white guy gets beat up. They don't give a shit. But that guy's a piece of shit for doing that. That guy should be in trouble. I don't know what he should be in trouble for, but conspiracy to start a race war or something like. I don't know what you could put him in trouble for, but I don't know. Put him in jail for 3 months and fine him and, my God, something. I don't know, because that's so messed up what he did. That's some crazy shit. But you know why he did it? Because everybody else does it and gets away with it, or the stuff really works. So,
give me that hell yeah!
Weird.
Tu tienes un amigo hispano en mi hermano.
Tu tienes un amigo español en mi hermano. What's up, Jacob? I love you, man. Jacob, you're a fucking beast, bro. You are a motherfucking beast, dude. And you know something, bro? I love you. I'm gonna tell you what. Jacob,